Reg, trying to keep it real instead of what you usually get from these talking heads. It's Grapsody, we're here to fill the void. 3 black fans, different perspective, gotta fill your voice. Coming with the podcast, talking majors, indies in between. Yeah, it's all that, and we're down with Fightful, better fall back. Coming for respect, we connect like a ball bat. No need to double check, these are all facts. You're listening to us talk raps. You're listening to us talk raps. Will, Phil, and Reg. Yeah, we're Grapsody, here to talk raps. Yeah, we're Grapsody, here to talk raps.
Morning. It is I. It is he. This is Grapsody. I'm Phil Lindsay. Of course, I'm here with Righteous Reg. Yeah, straight out. Just want to say, because this is now on my timeline constantly now. Good morning to everybody except Enos Cantor, and just want you to say outright, if you are not seeing this, Enos Cantor is a loser, and if you think this guy has a point and think that this guy is doing something admirable, you're a loser too. So there you go.
It's your favorite rap, your favorite writer, your favorite podcaster, your favorite commentator, Righteous Reg in the building. I don't understand even why we have to listen to this guy. I'm like, he didn't even do enough in the NBA to be talking like this and to even be news. Leave it to yourself. It's Saturday morning. It's a beautiful day outside. I'm in Oakland, California. I'm feeling great. I'm feeling wonderful. What a life to live. Philip Lindsay, what's up with you, my brother?
Oh, no, I was just annoyed because I got up and I saw Chris Bouchard talking about this thing. Then I saw the Enos Cantor thing. And I saw more of Stephen A. peddling right-wing bullshit. And it's just like, guys, shut the hell up. Seriously, shut up. Like, this is a non-issue. Shut up. And don't even shut up and dribble, because neither of these guys are basketball players. And I don't think anybody has any interest in watching Enos Cantor dribble. That's why he ain't in the league. That's why he's nowhere to be found. Like, shut up.
Yeah, it's annoying. These people are so annoying, and then it creates so much. The internet sucks. I try to go back. I'm like, maybe I'll go check out Twitter, and I'm like, there's so many bots on here, dude. I can't believe how many bots there are. Like, the world is just bots. I mean, there's bots outside walking around. You go in LA, and there's bots driving your food around. It's a crazy life to live.
Yeah. Yeah. If people don't know what I'm talking about, this Enos Cantor thing is ridiculous, and it all spawned from Sophie Cunningham coming forward and the stuff she's saying about transgender women, and the Minnesota Lynx coach wore a protect trans rights shirt or something like that, which led to Stephen A. saying that, only biological women should be allowed to play in the league and blah, 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 and pushing this issue that, I'm trying to protect women and girls in this league from whatever he thinks whatever the big bad trans boogeymen that are coming to the league all of a sudden. It's such a non-issue. It is a complete non-issue. I just don't get it.
What a tiring debate that these people keep having. What a tiring life that Stephen A. keeps trying to create in the other side with politics, as we can see he's obviously trying to do. It sucks so bad. Man, the Caitlin Clark stuff is looking not so bad with Sophie and what she's doing with her little trying to be the white girl of the league, and it sucks. Like, the Caitlin Clark stuff wasn't bad at all. She was just like really trying to play basketball, and they were like, let's get you into some other stuff, and she'd be like, no, I just really like basketball. And like Sophie is like, no, I'll be on this side. Like, what do you guys want to talk about?
Yeah, all of this stuff with her is more of a distraction than anything. I thought it was funny when Caitlin was like, yeah, I don't want to.
Don't put.
I don't want to delve into this. And then they got mad at her, and I was like, well, wait a minute. Like, what happened to keep politics out of sports?
Cat.
Yeah. I'm sure they were also mad at Caitlyn because she had that clip going around of her talking to Obama during All-Star Weekend, and her quote from that. I'm sure they were not happy with that either. Which, who cares? Like, at the end of the day, who fucking cares? Like,
Listen, I'm going to Chicago in November with the mere thought of this guy's presence being there. Like, I couldn't imagine meeting this man and how the feeling of what that would bring. So I totally understand how she was like, that was great. What do you mean? Like, what do you want me to say? It's Obama. He's cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry if people probably wanted us to shut up and talk about wrestling. But unfortunately, when I was setting up the stream and doing other things this morning, I saw this stupid Enos Cantor clip again, and certain people in sports talking about it. And I was like, this is the stupidest shit ever. Like, this is the biggest non-issue. And they keep trying to frame it as, well, you know, I'm trying to protect women, and this is an issue that affects women. You're not a woman.
Yeah.
This doesn't affect you. You're not speaking on behalf of women's sports.
No.
You're only distracting from the moment that the WNBA is having right now, where it's more popular than it's been in years, and now you're making this big controversy over nothing.
Yeah. People who barely even cover the sport when it's happening, besides some controversial bullshit. It's like, if you guys were like constantly on WNBA understanding this, maybe you could speak on it, but just to try to speak on it because you're a sports guy and you're in this on this side doesn't work. And you guys, at the end of the day, nobody even wants to hear about y'all on these issues. So what is going on here? It's annoying. Like, just protect trans rights. They like this. This is what goes on when they just try to live their lives regularly. People are talking about them in some crazy way, like they're different beings than we are. I just really don't understand it. It's dumb.
Exactly. It's the entire thing is ridiculous, and it's Enos Cantor's like, look, I don't have anything against trans people, but you're mocking them by making this stupid video. But you know, I digress. Send us in your super chats. It's the best way to get your chats read on this podcast. You can also send us a chat at humperchats.com/Fightful. I think I have the Humper Chat screen up.
You know, we always appreciate y'all super chats, Humper chats, any chats, anything that you guys contribute, and showing up every Saturday for my whole life. It feels like at this point, I can't believe how long we've been doing this podcast and how long we've been waking up together on Saturday mornings to get the day started. You guys are amazing. You guys are the best, and you guys are always up and ready. The homie Grapple Geekery to start the day says, here for the Grap Chat. I really enjoyed Grand Slam Mexico. Lucha Libre has my heart, and TK should push the luchadors more instead of them eating pins. Yeah, I think Grapple Geekery, it's funny because you see what happens when these guys get victories and when these guys get big moments and spots. Like, everyone loves it. Like, it never like happens and then someone's like, why did they let this guy win? Or like, why is this guy in this angle? Like, we want these luchadors to be in cool spots. We want them to have more than just the cool flip on the show. Like, I think they deserve it.
Yeah. Grand Slam Mexico was a nice change of pace for AEW. Really fun show. Yeah, I suppose we'll get into that in a minute. We also have the Continental Cup coming up this week. Very curious to see what your opinion is of this concept.
You don't say. I need your opinion on a couple things too, Philip Lindsay. We're definitely going to get into it because I'm like, I can't be the only one that's like this. I know my friend at least is going to be on my same side, but this is very egregious and we're going to get into it.
Nah, man. Judging by what we were talking about in the green room, I don't know if people want my opinion.
The homie Van Tumblay says, I come bringing news from the land of comic books. Dynamite Entertainment has been putting out a Ben 10 comic reboot, the original series doing all the things the censor said they couldn't.
I'm not up on that, Van, but sounds cool.
Yeah, shout out to the comic book homies. It seems like they're eating pretty well these days.
Yeah. I'm surprised at how much staying power Ben 10 has had. Like the fact that people are still like on Ben 10, like there's still such a huge fandom for it is crazy.
Yeah. Van also says, you remember the first episode when the only authority to show up at the asteroid site was the park ranger? That's because the censors wouldn't let them have the militaries be the baddies. It's a good. Censorship in comic books just seems like, what? Like, why are y'all over here?
Nah, there are some people that started this podcast and were like, Enos Cantor, who the hell is that? What are you guys talking about? And then you started going in on this Ben 10 thing, and people are like, yo, what? What is censoring Big 10, Ben 10? What?
What are these guys on?
What are y'all talking about now?
Look, it'd be like that, you guys. Ben Sipner says, thank you guys most of all for not being two jackasses. Listen, that's all I care about out here. Like, as long as I don't look crazy out here, I'm good.
Depends on who you ask, because there's definitely somebody somewhere that thinks we're a couple of jackasses. So yeah. I like to think we aren't.
Somebody out there thinks I'm a some bitch. Feel like I don't know, man.
Bro. Yeah, I laughed very hard at that whole thing yesterday.
Yeah, as Phil's saying, it depends on what side of the internet you're on, Ben, but we do appreciate you and for knowing who the true Reg and Phil are.
Yeah.
Orion Ben says, how can we get WWE to be under KO's control? We're definitely going to get into some Kevin Owens talk and what's that's going to lead to and how that kind of changes the little WWE world here.
Yeah, very excited to see Kevin Owens back. I thought that was one of the best moments of the weekend at SummerSlam. Yeah, and we immediately got action, so can't wait to get into that.
Thank God. Thank God. And Meet Norman says, Screaming A. Smith went full MAGA after he got the big bag from ESPN. I don't value his opinions on anything. He also cashing checks from Fox News. Stephen A is pretty gross, honestly. That's pretty much it. He sucks.
Yeah, it's looking more and more like what I assumed happened with him and Max Kellerman is right. That Max was the more liberal, outspoken guy on that show.
Wow.
And he didn't like that people started liking Max more than him, so he got rid of him.
And I see why people keep before this, people were distancing themselves from Stephen A. And I'm like, there has to be something. And we keep finding out what the something is.
Yeah. We got a few humper chats here. Sorry, I think I skipped over one.
It's crazy because I have the Mystico song stuck in my head, but I don't know none of the lyrics, Phil. Like, I couldn't tell you one word from it, but it's like playing in my head right now.
Yeah, I don't know the lyrics to that song either. I don't know Spanish, so
that's what I'm saying.
But it'd be like that. There are tons of anime themes that I don't know the words to, but the vibe is there.
The vibes are
always there. Tony P says, so I'm still catching up on the G1. Hopefully I can do it by tomorrow night, along with some 5-star matches. As the sports other than MAGA using a sport that they don't care about to further attacks on the LGBTQ plus community and women, nothing new. Yeah, it's all really stupid.
Tired of it.
Tony also says, the good Grand Slam Mexico is now a beautiful tradition for AEW. The people were in it. The pops were awesome. The matches, even better. I am curious, though, where's the Sheeta, Persephone, Stat, Maya story going? I have to assume this is leading to some kind of multi-women match, maybe a fatal 4-way or a triple threat at All In.
Yeah, I figure since for the AEW World Women's Championship that they're going one-on-one, for the TBS Championship that they go multi-women to give a couple of other women a shot at having that big moment. My thing is the same as we kind of talked about last week. Like, where's Tekla going to be? Are they going to do a trios women's match? Like, she should be involved with this too. Not necessarily saying she should be involved in the TBS thing, but I'm just hoping there's multiple women things on this show.
Yeah. We officially got the graphic for the tag title match.
We did.
Yeah, I would hope that there's something for Tekla. Does kind of suck that she hasn't, been on TV since she lost the belt to Willow at Redemption, but we shall see.
Like Tekla's put her immediately on after losing her championship to Yell About It wrestler, but that's just me.
That's what I thought. I thought we would at least get something from her, like a promo or something, especially given the way that she lost. But so far, nothing.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not interesting because every time we ask questions, people get mad about it. Not interesting at all. Yeah, maybe she just didn't want to.
Listen, man. Sometimes you got to ask questions, man. That's what Jadakiss had a whole hit record off that, asking questions.
Why is Jadakiss as hard as it gets? Dog, I saw a thing that said that that Versus was 5 years ago, Phil. It's been 5 years already? What?
Which Versus? The Dipset?
Yes.
That was 5 years ago?
That was 5 years ago, dude.
Well, I guess it had to have been because it was like close to COVID. It was like right after everything started opening up again. So I guess that's about right.
Yeah, but that just seems like what? Like how did 5 years go by already? I mean, Jadakiss looks like a different person on his podcast, and like you're like, oh, he does look different, but it's like, damn, time is crazy, man.
I still can't get used to him with hair. It still looks weird.
He went his whole career being bald. Like, I just don't get it.
Yeah, it still looks weird. Yeah, but yeah, listen. Sometimes you gotta ask questions, man. Why they let the Terminator win an election, man?
And that was like a hit record. Like that shit was everywhere. Why they let the Terminator win the election?
More from Tony. He says, I also think there is going to be a big multi-team trios match happening at All In, which I am not mad at since it seems like the trios belts were neglected for so long. I get people wanted to demand to keep them longer, but I think they'll be getting them back. Yeah, the trio stuff it's strange, which again we'll get into it, but I'm not sure what to make of the trio stuff this week. And the match was awesome, but I'm not sure what to make of it. I definitely scratching my head afterwards, like, what's the plan here?
We're gonna get into it, you guys, and I'm gonna try to control myself because on Wednesday I got out of sorts, and I don't want to be out of sorts. I want to be a regular, cool, calm, and collected guy.
Hey, doing some complaining?
Some would say, Phil. Some would say.
Doing some complaining, man. You know, people don't like that. People don't like to hear you complaining. Tony B says the other major questions are, what will Swerve and Tech Stories be at All In? Plus, I know Willow is not winning, but Mercedes not winning a second time is also still a good story. TNA did something right with signing Gabby Forzel. I'm not so sure if Willow's not winning, Tony. I think this could go either way. I would prefer if Mercedes won, but I think this could go either way.
I keep feeling like I have Mercedes bias, and I'm just like, that's my girl. She should win. But I'm like, the story, like the story that they're telling on TV, I'm like, I don't know, Willow might do this. Like, because like Mercedes is still like, I'm the best there ever was. You're living off me. Like, it seems like she's still, even though Willow has beat her, a mountain for Willow to defeat. So I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah. Could go either way.
Yeah, legit.
Then Tony also says WWE had some good this week as always, with the post PLE, Raw, and SmackDown. We got some news stories, call ups, returns, KO baby. However, the bad SummerSlam was just bad. Also, I don't trust WWE's booking right now. The returns, call ups, and news stories seem good. Yeah, if you did not catch it, I did review both nights of SummerSlam on our YouTube channel. If not checked that out, that's on Grapsody YouTube channel. Can't check that out. But I thought it was an okay show. The bar is kind of low because I thought that this was the best WWE pay-per-view in a while.
And both
And
nights or one night?
I thought Sunday was the better night. But yeah, bar's not very high. I don't think that WWE's had a truly great pay-per-view all year. And I thought that this was good for what it was, but I still didn't think it was like, the show that they needed. It didn't light the world on fire for me.
I think this was one of the glaring one nights would have benefited so much better. Because, like, imagine the Chelsea thing and the KO thing and the matches, like, all in one night. It would have hit so much better. But, like, they're so stuck in this 2 nights. We got to get the money and the people thing that it's damaging. And, like, this was, like, the most glaring that I've seen of the 2-night thing.
Yeah, I think the thing that's still not working for me with the PLEs is the pacing of it and the ads and the constant product placement. I mean, they're constantly trying to sell you something. They got the ads on the side of the ring. They got the partnerships on the ring mat. It's like at every turn
There's
they're
mascots.
at just Wingstop, like Xfinity, root beer. At every turn they're trying to sell you something.
Root beer.
I mean, even like as great as Chad Gable's moment was, and I thought the match with Penta was really good. He's having his moment. He has his family in the ring, and then you got to have the Muggs root beer mascot come down, and he's got to chug some root beer at the end while he's holding up the belt. It's like we can't have nothing that's separate from product placement, guys.
Like they didn't have like a sponsored Kurt Angle milk thing when he did the milk thing. Like it was just like it's a milk truck. It wasn't
just
like,
a moment.
Yeah. Now they're like, no, we have to have the milk be a thing and root beer. And yeah, it's just too much of that. And then depending on what service you watch it on, they'll just drop it out for a minute. Like it's like this is like Phil's talking about the pacing of this is god awful. Like if you want to like just sit down and watch a wrestling show, like it is a chore. But like I watched some of it and like the wrestling is good. Like the KO match, they were going insane. Like the women's ladder match, I was scared for a lot of the stuff. Like they did what they needed to do.
There was a part in that ladder match where I was like, "You guys sure?" Because Charlotte is hanging from the belt, holding on to the belt,
Phil.
and standing underneath her, waiting to catch her, was Lash Legend and Jade Cargill, and I was like, "You guys sure?" Because I was worried as to where this was gonna go when it was happening. Luckily, it didn't end up that bad, but I was like, "This okay?"
Phil, I was screaming at the screen. Charlotte, she has the knee braces on, you guys. You can see them while she's wrestling. I'm like, what is she? If all the people to do the spots, I love Charlotte. Why Charlotte up there, you guys? Like, what's going on?
Yeah, I was really concerned when that was happening, but turned out okay. And I thought that was one of the better moments of the night. Chelsea Green getting her moment, winning the championship.
Insane pop.
I don't know what they're gonna do now because Rhea just revealed that she needed surgery. She just posted the picture of her with her foot up in a boot or in a brace. And yeah, if your champion just had surgery, why didn't you just vacate the belt?
Man, that household is going through some emotions because the homie Buddy Murphy just announced that he's cleared. So he's like, I'm cleared. She's hurt. Like they are going through some stuff. But yeah, the Chelsea moment was crazy. Like we talked about it on the show. Like it's a possibility. Like if they were right, they would do it. And then like just the crowd. It was just like the redemption show with Mike Bailey. Like every time she would go towards the championship, the crowd would go insane. They were just like going crazy for this woman. They wanted her to win so bad. And when she finally won, like the pop was great. Like just a great moment for her, well deserved. I thought Lash Legend, they made like Lash Legend kind of the focal point of this match for a lot of it. Like she was like dominating, and I was like, that's pretty cool to see. She looked good in those moments.
Yeah, it was the right moment. It's the right timing for Chelsea, and yeah, I hope that they just make her the lineal champion at this point, because why wouldn't you?
The funniest part is they couldn't even say interim. Like the words could they'd be like interim. I'm like, you guys can't even say the thing, so stop trying to say it.
Yeah, so I don't know. Hopefully they'll make her a lineal champion. Not a great start last night on SmackDown. Immediately having her pinned by the tag champions, and then they're setting up a Nia feud, which I guess
Nia's always she must be like the test, because she always feels like the first one out when someone becomes a new champion, of like, let's put them against Nia and see how they go there. And it's like, there has to be something here to that.
Yeah, Desi, I was confused by that as well, because they did say that this interim title reign will still count, and I was like, but that's not how an interim title reign. Like, what do you mean? I'm still confused by the whole thing. I just don't understand why Rhea didn't just vacate the belt. I'm very confused by that, but it is what it is.
What a way to complicate things. Of like, she's actually going to be out. Like, what are you going to do now? You actually have to have her vacate the championship if she's not going to be here. Just very confusing all around.
Yeah, I thought the main event for night 2 was the better of the two main events. For all of that hype we got for Cody Punk, it was fine, but it wasn't as good as I expected it to be.
Yeah.
I thought for like as much hype that they were putting into it, I thought that they were going to go at a different pace, and then ending it with the return of Randy Orton, and that's how Cody loses. You
weren't about to get Phil and I with that finish, I'll tell you what.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. You're trying to finish. You're trying to finish the story from WrestleMania, but yeah, I think they've got to figure out something different for Cody, man, because he's just in this place, even with the finishes to his matches, where it still looks like, oh, we're trying to give a different way for him to lose. It's got to be a DQ or a screwy finish to get back to a rematch with Punk. And I don't think you really needed to do that, especially for a big pay-per-view match that they've been teasing for like 3 years. And I'm not saying it needed to be a conclusive finish, but the way it was done, I wasn't the biggest fan of it. But Randy Orton is back. We did get a Cody Randy segment last night. That was pretty good. I thought Cody's promo last night was good.
But like a change of pace for Cody Rhodes, like you were saying last week, a change of pace is not Randy Orton, Phil. I just want to mention that real quick.
Punk did have on this Minnesota Stars colors, and I was very confused at first because I just saw green and yellow, and I was like, I just know you're not wearing colors that I think you're wearing. And so when I saw the back of the Letterman jacket, I was like, okay. But I was about to be really confused at what he was doing, because I was like, I just know no self-respecting Chicagoan would put those colors on. But
things are about to change for your boy, huh, Phil? You're about to feel a type of like, Phil usually is like, Punk has done some things, some egregious things, some would say, and feels like, it's all good. This was about to be it, I think.
Yeah, no, when Adam Pearce was on and he was like, man, great to be back in the state of Green Bay, and he had that hat on, I was like, burn that shit, bro. Get out of here.
Oh, that is funny, dog.
Yeah, but the big talk, of course, was the main event from the night 2. I thought that was the better main event. Again, it's just the pace of the show and how they pace things out. The entrances are so long. Everything, it takes so long to just get to the match. But the match itself was good. I think given where you are with Roman's match formula at this point, that's going to temper your expectations for this match, because it is definitely at his pace. It's definitely the usual talking in the middle of the ring, slow pace to get to the actual big moments in the match, and they've got spoon feed you the story. Commentary's got to beat you over the head with it by repeating the story over and over. But I did think it was good for what it was. I thought this was a good way to wrap up the Shield storyline with Seth and Roman. I don't think we need to do anything Shield related for a long time after this. We got a nice tribute to John Moxley in there, and that sparked some hilarious tweets because I was like, guys, he's not dead.
He ain't dead.
he's still alive. He's on TV on a regular basis.
They got like the ghost of John Moxley like photoshopped in there. It's like, nah, he's not dead.
Yeah, people doing like the hologram and putting him in there with the Shield bump at the end, and I was just like, guys, he's still alive. He's not dead. And then that turned into, man, I wish Moxley was here. I don't. I think he's perfectly fine where he is.
There were so many people saying that. I feel like maybe this will be the return of Mox, or like, what if his music would have hit? What if his music would have hit? What do you mean? What? Have you been seeing what Moxley's doing? He's so far removed from that. Like, that doesn't even make sense at this point.
No. But I did think it was a good match. I expected Seth to lose because that's the storyline at this point. It wouldn't have made sense for Seth to win because you've really been building this up as, you know, Rollins was the monkey on Roman's back that he couldn't get rid of. He hadn't been able to beat him in a big match, and that's really been his year, finally beating Punk at WrestleMania and getting the big win here. So curious to see where this goes. Also very curious that he is still very much acting like a heel sometimes, but he's still getting cheered, and he's not a heel sometimes, but he is sometimes. I don't.
You know, Phil, so after Roman has defeated all the skeletons in his closet, like he's gotten to, he's checked all the boxes at this point. Like, how would you rate Roman Reigns? Like, how would you rate him after all this? What's your rating for him?
I suppose this is this Conrad thing that as soon as I saw it, and it's so funny because I saw this
It's
Conrad
so funny.
clip before it hit the timeline, before it turned into a big deal. And I laughed up a storm at it because I said, oh, I mean, first of all, the idea of him calling him an industry plant.
It's hilarious.
I got a good chuckle out of that. But everything else he was saying, I was like, oh, I don't totally disagree with this. It's just an interesting time to say it. Because Roman has had a divisive push as a main eventer, to say the least.
To say the least.
But this is the most popular Roman has ever been. Yeah. The crowd is very much into this guy.
Absolutely.
That 4-year run he had as tribal chief on top of this company as champion, he was, you know, a bona fide draw. He was a big part of, you know, the business for this company, selling shows, generating ratings, selling a ton of merch. He was everything you wanted him to be as a top guy during that time period. Now, there were some years before that it was shaky. It was very shaky for your guy. And so I don't totally disagree with some of the stuff that Conrad said. I just think it's such an interesting time for him to say it, especially also he just had the main event with Punk that was very well received, 5-star match. And then coming out this weekend, people really liked this match as well. And so I was like, oh no, people are not going to receive this well. And I should just say before I go any further, people weren't going to receive it well anyway because that guy has stands, and they don't want to hear none of that. They act like Braun stands. He damn near got beehive. Like you gotta watch what you say about Rome on the timeline. So I already knew when I saw this clip this wasn't going to go over well. And when I got up that morning and it had hit the timeline and I saw all the takes, people were for some reason comparing him to Hogan. I said, oh no, get me out of here. I immediately closed the app. I was like, I don't want to be a part of none of this because this is going to go in a completely different direction. But Yeah, Conrad was standing 10 toes down in that shit too. He didn't care. He was like, nah.
You know what? Now that you say this, I did see this days ago. Like, it's funny how these things move in waves. Like, I remember seeing the clip not posted from someone else, not an aggregator's clip, and being like, oh, that's funny. Like, I'm sure people are going to be mad when they find out about that. And then somebody aggregated it and it got to those people and everybody was very upset with it. I was like, that's great. It's funny because, like, the people that the arguments that people have that he's not overrated, I'm like, but those can also be the reason that he's overrated. Like, that doesn't excuse him from being overrated because he was on top the whole time and he was the this and he was all. I'm like, that could still be the thing. The issue with all of this is because everybody's comparing him to Hulk Hogan and they're like, oh, he's better than Hogan. The issue is if you're the top guy in WWE, you're gonna be overrated. It just kind of goes hand in hand. When Steve Austin was the guy, it was too much. When John Cena, it's just too much. They don't know how to just push a guy naturally because they have to shove him down your throat. So it's like, even if Roman has a couple bangers, he's been in spots and in positions that they forced him down that maybe there's other wrestlers that could have been better, or there's other wrestlers that could have done that. So I do understand what Conrad's saying. I wouldn't say Roman is totally overrated though, because like I think for what WWE wants, he is that. And it's like I don't, you know, like he trained and did his whole career to be the top guy in WWE, and then when he got the moment, he did that. So it's like I don't know, but like I think in every other aspect, the fans and like. There's definitely an argument to say this guy's the most overrated wrestler of all time.
Yeah. And you're right. They only have one speed when it comes to pushing their top guys. And
that's it.
So they're going to push you at a level you're going to eventually get tired of them, or, you know, you're eating everything they're shoveling. So you love it. That's how they do things. It depends on what you mean by overrated.
Yes. That's where they should start, honestly.
I think that's where the conversation should start, because if you're saying as a top guy and, you know, as somebody that generates, you know, views and all of these things for this company, I don't think you could say he's overrated, because he has been a draw for them for the past few years. And the Bloodline has been a big money-making gimmick for them. Do I think that it's outweighed its usefulness now? Absolutely. I do think that Conrad was right about that it is reaching Black and Silver NWO, where it's like, yeah, it's time. It's time to wrap this up. We've been doing it for too long. It's getting boring. I do think he's right about that. But I that's why I say if you're talking about him just as a top guy, the guy that is getting you in some of these rooms, that is at the forefront of this company when you made the ESPN deal or the Netflix deal. Yeah, he is the guy. He's the biggest star of this era for sure. When you get into him as a wrestler and a talker and all the rest of those things, I absolutely think he's overrated. But
exactly.
But that's subjective though. That just depends on your taste.
Totally.
And I mean, I say this as somebody that thought Hulk was overrated. I was a big Macho Man fan, but we're not going to sit here and rewrite history on what Hulk Hogan meant to the business and what he meant to that company. And I saw a lot of that, and I was like, oh no, I don't want to get into these arguments, because
you can't be defending Terry out here. That's the issue.
Well, because the issue with that argument when you make that comparison is every top guy that has come after Hogan has been chasing the Hulk Hogan blueprint.
Absolutely.
They built WrestleMania off that man's back. I don't care what you think about him as a person. He said and did some really shitty things, but WrestleMania is WrestleMania because of Hulk Hogan. That's just the fact of the matter.
You can't get Roman's brain without this guy.
No, there's a reason why he broke Hogan's record for the most main event appearances. No, Hogan was the guy pulling the ship. There was nobody else. And when we're talking about like pop culture and like the most recognizable wrestler in the world at one point in the 80s, there was no wrestler bigger than Hulk Hogan. That's just the fact of the matter. And there's certain guys that came after that, like Cena, the way that Cena has transcended wrestling, like he is a pop culture figure at this point. Even if you don't watch wrestling, you know who John Cena is. Like Austin, you know who Austin is, regardless if you watch wrestling, even if you just watch wrestling for a couple of months, you know who Stone Cold Steve Austin is.
Black dudes know, like, you could go to a black dude of almost any generation and be like, Stone Cold, and they'll be like, yeah, it's so crazy.
Yeah, and that's why I said when you make those kind of comparisons, and not even just that, Hogan created the blueprint for wrestlers that wanted to transition from wrestling to Hollywood. That was, he completely changed that. Like, he completely changed what it meant to be a massive star in pro wrestling. And like I said, everybody after him have been chasing that, whether it be The Rock, Cena, you name it, even Roman.
Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels, like,
yes,
you can go down the list.
Yeah, you name it. And that's why I'm like, when you start making those kind of comparisons, it's like, nah, you can't do that, because there's a special kind of over that those guys are that I just named, and there's the popularity that Roman has. Roman is absolutely popular, but I still think Roman is mostly popular inside the wrestling bubble.
That's what it is. That's the difference.
And I'll say this, and people will be like, well, Jalen Brunson was at, yeah, because Jalen Brunson is a wrestling fan. And
still wrestling.
It's still wrestling. He hasn't had the impact on pop culture that guys like The Rock or Hogan or Cena or Austin have had. At least I haven't seen it, but people, you know, you can't tell certain Roman fans that, because they'll be like, well, he was on Fallon and all these other things. But I'm like, no, the level of stardom that Hulk Hogan reached, though, it's different, bro. It's totally different.
Yeah, at Roman's peak, like, and there was a peak. There was like WWE was selling out for years. It wasn't like Hogan's peak. I've been a wrestling fan, you guys, my entire life. And there was 10, 15, 20 years where I'd be like, I'd like wrestling. And they'd be like, oh, like Hulk Hogan? And like, I'm talking about every single time. And none of these people ever know they didn't like wrestling. They just knew Hulk Hogan was the wrestler. Like this, he might be the most popular wrestler of all time, just because like what he represented. And when you say his name, you know, it's about pro wrestling. And like when his peak was his peak, life was different, you guys. Like, you turn on your TV, any channel, and Hulk Hogan's there. Like, Roman was very big. Maybe it's the times, it's how everything works. It just was different. And like, it was to an annoying point. I can't believe we're on this show even defending this guy, but it was to an annoying point where this guy was transcending wrestling and pop culture and all the things. I think the argument that the people should be having is against Cena. And like, do you want to have that argument? Like, is Roman a bigger star and a bigger top guy than Cena was? Because that's closer to what they're trying to accomplish.
I don't think he is, but
I don't think so either.
I think you're comparing apples to oranges with these things.
Right.
But, and just to make this clear, I am not defending Hulk Hogan at all.
No. I'm
not defending the guy as a person. I'm saying you can't rewrite history. And I saw quite a few people trying to rewrite history. Because we
wouldn't be here without Hogan. There wouldn't be this show. There wouldn't nothing, dude. He like made wrestling to the mainstream. It's stupid, but like, don't compare to him. Like, why are you comparing to him?
Yeah, I saw Conrad at one point say, "Who would Hogan? I mean, who would Roman be at this point without Heyman and the Bloodline?" He has a point. I mean, I think Roman still would have gotten to that point because they were going to make sure he got to that point. They were not going to stop pushing this guy. I'm surprised it took them that long to turn him heel, because that was the last thing that fans had been saying they wanted to see him do for the longest time. So go figure, just turn the guy heel and people were into it. But that turned into people saying, well, who was Hogan without the Outsiders? Or who was Hogan? It's just like, dude.
Still Hogan, dog.
Before the WCW run, before he teamed with the Outsiders, he was still the biggest babyface in the industry. There's a reason why him turning heel was the pivotal moment that it was, because he was such a massive babyface. And again, before that, they fucking made WrestleMania on his back. Like you can't, even if you're like those matches weren't that great, it don't matter, bro.
Doesn't matter.
He was the guy for that company. He was again the biggest pro wrestler in the world in the 80s. There was no wrestler bigger than him.
When they're like, the matches, I'm like, if we're talking about matches and we're talking about Roman, I think we're going to have a pretty difficult conversation over here. I don't think we want to talk about matches in this thing because that's not what this is about at all. Yeah, what is Hogan without the outsiders? Like, if he would have retired in 1993 when he left the WWF, he still would be on all the lists. He still would be the certified guy. The NWO was another thing. He created another career in a different place.
And then came back and had another classic match.
He did it again. He did it again. That's what I was saying. I'm like, God, he came back and had arguably the greatest, like, for what this company is and what this represents. Like, The Rock and Hulk Hogan is, in many people say, like, the greatest wrestler, like, the greatest WWE match of all time. Like, that's all the elements are what that match is. Roman does not have that. There's like, if we just talk about that one thing, he doesn't have that. So like, why are you comparing to this guy?
Yeah, very strange comparison that I was seeing. And I was like, I do not want to get into that on a timeline because Twitter is going to be weird about it. That's a great point, another Mikey V, because he's saying Hogan was big when WWE wasn't the draw. Roman wasn't. And Hogan is a big part of the reason why they changed that, why they wanted to make the brand the draw, because, you know, they didn't want people to get bigger than the brand and leave. I mean,
when he was trying to leave, he was like, I'm the reason that there's WrestleMania. All the points we're bringing up here is what he brought up when he was leaving. And they were like, oh, we can't have this again because it's about the brand. It's not about this one guy.
Yeah, I mean, we saw how that panned out with The Rock as well. When The Rock went to Hollywood and he became as big as he was, he didn't need the WWE machine pushing him. It's just a different company now, and the way that they promote their stars is different now. But yeah, that whole conversation about does he have classic matches, I said, ooh boy. Y'all are not going to be happy with some of my thoughts on that. He has a lot of similarities to Drake. It's the same argument, isn't it? That he don't have no classic albums, and
it's the exact same argument.
It's the same argument. He's overrated. Like it's very similar to Drake in some ways, but
because people are like, "This is a classic," and I'm like, I don't know if I'd say all that.
I won't say that Roman has no classic albums, but some of the matches I saw people bringing up and saying this is a classic one. I was like, y'all sure?
He has a couple of certified, you can't deny him, and like I'm like, he has one this year, so like that's really helping him. But like, you gotta like really think about it, and like the GOATs, you don't have to think about it. When you're like, what's Austin's match? You're like, Bret Hart. You know what I mean? Like it's like not even, and like that's what, like what, who is Brock Lesnar his career rival? Like who is his career? You know what I mean? Like there's like so many conversations to be had.
It probably is Brock, and
because of how many main events they had together, right?
I didn't care for most of those.
That's what I'm saying, dog.
I gotta keep it on it.
And the resume is not great. Like if we're like, let's look back at his greatest rival, and you're like, these matches though, ugh.
That's one of the things Punk said about him in that promo, where I was like, no, Punk's right. When he was like, yeah, you've had the most WrestleMania main events out of everybody, but a lot of them were duds. They were. I'm sorry, but a lot of them were duds. The Triple H match. Yeah, no. When we start going through the matches and like people were like wilding and saying, "Oh man, Conrad's talking crazy," I was like, "No." When you start looking at some of the matches, dog, it's
and there's only like a couple that hit. There's a lot of passable ones. You know what I mean? Like. But again, that's why I was like, what's the conversation? What's the overrated thing? Because again, this conversation isn't about what the best matches are.
No. And that's why I said, you know, what are we talking about when we say overrated? Like I said, if we're talking about just as a performer and people trying to put him in the GOAT conversation, because that's also what brought Conrad here. I don't think he's the GOAT, guys.
Go to what?
Not my GOAT.
I don't think he's the greatest WWE superstar ever. Like,
No.
what greatest? He ain't even the greatest family member. Ooh, okay, we got to get out of here because y'all about to get us in trouble.
Big rock guy growing up.
Like, is Dwayne in the conversation? Because
That's what I'm saying. If we're talking about GOATs, and no, he's not better than The Rock. Come on now. Come on now. They
not even the best in your family, my G. What do you mean?
Come on now. Well, we don't have to get into like The Rock and The Rock's career. No.
And
I
how
mean,
like a big part of the reason that you got hot is because you were teasing fighting this guy for the whole time.
You're not better than Austin. Austin, no. If we're just talking,
story. I went to my auntie's in 1998, and she forced my uncle to go buy her an Austin 316 shirt. She didn't watch wrestling, you guys. This is how big this guy was. Like, life was different.
we were just talking about him in Vegas and seeing how other wrestlers were walking up and reacting to this guy like they were fans.
I forgot about Bloodsport, dude. I stood next to Stone Cold Steve Austin. I forgot about that. But yeah, the way that people they'd glance over and see him, like grown men 45 and up were like, you would think like they were acting like little kids, Phil, just like just hitting their friends, shaking their friends. Like, it's different, man. It's just different.
That's what I'm saying. Like Austin, those guys are a different level of celebrity, and it's hard for wrestlers to reach that level of celebrity. Not just anybody can reach that level of stardom, man. And
that's why if you want to have the conversation, that's who you got to be in the conversation with. So I guess I do understand why they brought Hogan into this, but like I don't think you want to do that, G.
Because I mean, if the conversation is main eventers for this company, he's not the best. Roman's not the best.
Shawn Michaels is in this like what is the criteria, you guys? Kurt Angle? Like, what is the criteria?
Yeah, I know. But I saw where the conversation was going, and I said, oh no, I know where this is going, and I won't be a part of it.
What about Hulk Hogan without the NWO? It's like, all right, you guys.
That was a wild talking point. I was like, guys, we can't. And again, don't like the guy at all, but we're not going to lie. We're not going to lie. We can't just lie.
I just hate those conversations. Like, what if Steph Curry didn't have a good 3-pointer? Then he wouldn't be Steph Curry, you guys. Like, why are we having this conversation?
Bro, and the thing about the NWO conversation, who is this guy without the outsiders? Bro, that was after the fact. That was after he had a whole run as the guy.
And on the other side, it wouldn't have hit as hard if Terry wasn't the third guy. A gigantic conversation. Who knows if the NWO even would have fucking been a thing if he didn't walk out at Bash at the Beach 1996. Stop having us defend Terry out here.
Yeah. That's why I was like, what are we doing, bro? Like, some of this is, y'all are talking crazy. Like, what are we doing? And the funny thing, these were a lot of WWE fans. I'm like, wait a minute. I thought this company, regularly tells you their history. How do you guys not know history of this company? What are you talking about?
That was my favorite part too, Phil. I'm like, ask them. Ask the company who they think is the greatest of all time. Roman will probably be up there, but he ain't gonna be up there. There's no way,
bro. Yeah, and to wrap this up and move on before, because I think it's absurd to even put him in a conversation with The Rock.
Yeah.
When he was having that run with the Bloodline, and this was like the hottest thing on TV, it was on a show named after The Rock's catchphrase. No, you can't.
He did all of this on SmackDown.
You can't, bro. As soon as The Rock showed up on this show, ready to take Cody's Royal Rumble win and toss it in the trash and go, hey, yeah, I'm going to WrestleMania to face this guy. Everybody was almost ready to go along with this because of the level of star that this guy is.
Everybody was almost like, yeah, all right, it's The Rock.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just take your accolades. You got all the accolades. Like, yeah, if I was Roman, I'd be like, you guys shut up. I'm good. Don't defend me. Just a fun conversation. I think at the end of the day, Phil, it was just really funny to me to be like, like Conrad was 10 toes down. He'd come out and be like, well, what about this thing? I ain't playing with y'all.
I mean, I think a lot of this boils down to essentially like barbershop talk.
Yes,
right?
Exactly.
And
it's LeBron. It's Kobe. It's the same thing.
Yeah, it's the same kind of talk about like, or even the GOAT debate, which I hate. It's the same kind of conversation. I don't think it's that serious, but people definitely were taking it serious.
People were serious. People were serious. Like you said, Romans fans, they don't. Like if they think it's some slander, dog, they will pull up and let you know about it.
They also seem to think that this was a coordinated effort on Conrad's part.
In what way?
Because they think like Conrad is friends with Cody, and so he's pushing this agenda on behalf of Cody.
Why everybody got to be pushing agendas, dog? Like, we're just talking on podcast. I don't think Cody's like, hey, man, get this point off on your pod, dude. Like, it's me. Nah, dog. Conrad's talking, G. This is all. I just also thought it was super funny, Phil, of what we've been talking about the last couple months about media and like who's on what side. And like, because people are like, Conrad's fed. Like, there's no like that. So you would think like he would be Roman's the best of all time, and for people to be like, wait a second, he's on that side, and then they're pulling up like, well, he's done this thing with AEW. Maybe that has to do with it. I'm like, what? Yeah. Why couldn't he just have said this and this is how he feels?
That guy's made he's made some money with WWE guys.
A lot of money. That's what he's like. Yeah, I cashed a bunch of WWE checks. I haven't cashed one AEW check. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that conspiracy, I chuckled at it. I was just like, boy, that's where we're going with this. But
I hate that conspiracy.
There was some more political movement over the weekend as well. Did you see that? Mm-mm. I said when Punk came back and how he went straight to SmackDown, not on the show with this guy anymore. They're clearly making a point to keep certain entities on separate sides of the room now. And Punk was chatting. You didn't see him chatting after SummerSlam night one?
Mm-mm. Who was he talking to?
They asked him about main eventing. How did he feel about not going on last because the Hell in a Cell match went on last? And he said, look, man, wherever I am, I'm the main event. I don't have in my contract that I need to go on last like some people. And I was like, what's he talking about? And even later, when he was saying, I accept all challengers. You guys say some names. I'll take on anybody that wants to challenge me for this belt. And they started saying names, and one of them said Obafemi, and he was like, yeah, I want Obafemi too, but be careful what you ask for. And then he said, I'm not on a bubble. I'm not on an island. I'll defend my belt. I'm not a pussy.
I'm not a pussy.
I was like, wonder who he's talking about. And there were a few jabs like that.
Not overrated guy, I'm guessing.
There were a few jabs like that, and I said, wonder who he's talking about. And then we got to
Russ said in his contract.
Yeah, he said a few things that I was like, that's definitely...
That's pointed.
That's definitely pointed. Then we got to Sunday night after the main event, and Roman was doing his after-match interview, and I think it was with Jackie Redman.
Oh, I saw Roman's thing. Yeah, he's okay. Now this connects the dots.
Yes, and so he said, we always knew it was just us. It was me and Rollins. It's always been about me and him. And, we knew, Mox was a wild card, but, we didn't have to leave. We didn't get scared and run away and leave and go somewhere else. And I was like, And a lot of people thought he was talking about boxing. I was like, no, he was not. I thought it was very clear that was a big shot at one Charles Montgomery Punk, because he had been saying stuff the other day, and there's no way that Roman did not see it. And it had a little sauce on it that seemed like it kind of felt like it was about Cody too.
That's what I'm saying. There's a little bit of Cody shade in there too. And I'm like, this ain't leading to no matches with these guys. So this is just slander at this point. Yeah, I remember seeing Punk's thing because everybody was like, it's about Mox. It's about Mox. And I'm like,
no.
They just paid tribute to this guy 13 seconds ago. Why would he get outside of the ring and say, fuck you? That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, no, that didn't make sense at all. I thought with him saying, had to leave and go somewhere else, had to cry. And I mean, when you say had to cry and run somewhere else,
we know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a little bit of Cody shade in there too, because it's almost the same thing, Of like, you had to go get hot and come back. Like, I stayed here the whole time.
And this has kind of been the energy since Cody went over there. We got to put this guy over now?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he's going to be the guy that ends Roman's reign. Why him? It's had that energy.
How Roman came back and he was like, I tried to let you guys have the reins, and look what happened. I had to come back and take my company back. I'm like, he's kind of been talking shit for a minute, honestly.
He's been definitely saying things that are pointed, and so yeah, there was you could definitely see that there's some tension among these guys at the top of this company. There's no way you can't.
In wrestling, though, Phil. Everybody's having a great time. People are high-fiving backstage. Like, it's great over here.
Yeah,
all the top guys are beefing, you guys. This is wrestling.
Bro, as somebody that loves the chaos, I was like, this was pretty funny. But then, of course, people started making it personal and going, but he's right about these guys. It's like, guys, it's wrestling. Let's relax. You don't know any of these people. It's wrestling.
No. I like it for the heat, baby. That means it's going to lead to something. This is great. You need the top guys to be like this, dog. This is the top brass is probably helping with this. Like, they just think like all these two guys are being babies. There's probably 20 people pulling strings around these guys to make all of this happen. Like, this is wrestling.
Yeah. And starting to see that same trend. Remember at one point when they created the World Heavyweight Championship, and then all of a sudden, all of the guys that you knew weren't beating Roman went to Raw and started challenging for that belt.
Yep.
Starting to still see that same trend. All of those guys that you know are not beating Roman, they're going to Raw. They're going to SmackDown. He's on Raw by himself. He's the sole star on Raw.
With his family.
All those other guys, y'all go over there.
Just the fact that like the Conrad conversation we had, and then like this is also going on, of like his peers are also like, man, fuck this fool, is funny.
Well, I don't know if I would necessarily call Punk one of his peers, but yeah, this is everything about this is I thought it was pretty funny, but then like I said, where people were trying to say, oh look, see man, why would he say that about Mox? And I said, guys, I don't think that's what this is.
That's not what this was. Yeah, no, people are reaching through a lot of this. A lot of this week, there was a lot of reaching, and I was like, you got out there with it.
What would Twitter be without reaching?
You got out there. There's some Stretch Armstronging going on out there. I'm showing my age.
Yeah, no. What would Twitter be without that? I saw some tremendous reaches. Not just about this, but just in general. I saw people jumping off the map with it. People were already ready to proclaim this a 5-star match. I saw people saying Roman is going to have 2 5-star matches at one at SummerSlam, one at WrestleMania. Then those ratings came out, and all of a sudden it was fuck Meltzer again.
Right back to it immediately. And see, this is why we never listened to this guy. I was like, but you were just about to listen to this guy. That's crazy. Did you think that was a 5-star match?
No.
Yeah.
I did not. I don't think it was better than Punk Roman.
Than the WrestleMania match, right.
And I mean, I thought it was a good match, but I didn't think it was that good.
Mm-hmm. Did it set? This is because we've talked about this match and this thing for years on this pod. Did it satisfy that need for the match? Do we need to run it back, or are we good here?
I don't think they should do this matchup for a while. I think they should move on for this.
So we're good here.
And I think it happened a few years later than it should have. I really think it should have happened at WrestleMania in Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought it was good for what it was.
Yeah.
It would have hit differently if my guy got the match when he deserved the match, and not after the fact. That's what kind of bothered me about him trying to get his shit off and go, "Hey, you're below me. Hey, man, listen. When you were at the top of this company and you were undefeated, the only guy that beat you was Rollins, and then you proceeded to duck him for 2 years, and then you go, haha, you're number 2 to me. Why'd you duck him then? What do you mean? You would not give this guy a rematch, and then you're just like, I'm better than you at everything. Why'd you run from that rematch then?
Damn.
But it's fine. Yeah, as we got into one of the biggest talking points of the night was the return of Kevin Owens on night 2. What a great way to start night 2. I immediately cackled at the fact that we had the Nick Aldis and Gunther match on night 1. And then on night 2, Finn Balor versus Sammy is starting, and Nick Aldis comes out there and goes, hey, got an announcement for you guys before you get started. I am adding someone to this match. And Gunther comes out, and I was like, oh, he straightened you right out. And you added him to that match. Bro came out with a black eye. I was like, hey, I'm going to be adding Gunther to the match, guys.
Thinking about like Nick Aldis having his Saturday night, and being like, man, Gunther whooped my ass. I got to add him to a match tomorrow. It's hilarious.
I thought that was very funny. And look, man, shout out to Nick Aldis. He had a great moment on Saturday, but that was funny. And then after that, we got the return of Kevin Owens to a great pop. Great to see him back. Wow. Doesn't seem like it, but he was out for 17 months.
When they said that number, I was like, damn, dude, time again is crazy. And like for a wrestler, I always talk about it on this show, like the mental health aspect of being on the road for 15 years straight or something, and then being off of it, and doctors and all these people telling you your career's over and sitting and stewing, and then maybe accepting that your career's over and just kind of living in that is crazy. So for him to live in that for 17 months and to see the emotion immediately, Phil, when he came out, like, like what he's been through to get back to it. I'm Kevin Owens. That's my number one guy. So you guys know how I felt about it.
Yeah, really great. And then the guys that he was in there with, this was really like a who's who of NXT guys. Finn Balor, Sami Zayn, Gunther. All of these guys have had like
NXT
great runs on NXT. So like to start the show with that, I thought that was a great opener for Sunday night. And Kevin Owens picked up the win, because as soon as Kevin Owens walked down that ramp, I said, oh, KO's got to win, guys. I'm sorry. I feel for you, Finn. I want you to get another world title match, but nah, Kevin Owens got to win. I'm sorry.
It was just like when Ospreay came back immediately, pretty soon off of his injury, and they're like, different style maybe. Ospreay's going to have to like adjust. He's going to have to start being on the ground. This guy came out and is doing top rope front flips to the outside, and still the exact same guy we saw 17 months ago. Nothing has changed. So excited to be there. Like, I was like, oh, we're lit. The moments with Sammy is like, we've been doing this for 20 straight years, and they still hit so hard.
Yeah. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, his last match before he had to take time off to get neck surgery was with Sammy, right?
It was. Yep.
Yeah, really good match. That was the unsanctioned match.
Yep. So good that he was out for 17 months. These guys killed each other. Yeah,
but man, love to see him back.
Amazing.
He did give a great shout out to Rebel on the post show as well. That was awesome. But As soon as he won the match, I was like, oh, we're exactly where I want to be, because I've been saying since these guys crossed paths, that was what the year Punk came back. That was in 2023 when they had like that exchange backstage. I was like, oh, I didn't even know this was a possibility, but I will take it. This is one of the main reasons I had any interest in Punk going back. This was one of the few matchups over there that I was like, oh yeah, give me that one. Having won the match, Kevin Owens is now officially the #1 contender for the undisputed WWE Championship, which puts him right on a collision course with CM Punk, a guy that he has a long history with on and off screen. And I was like, oh yeah, this is going to be great. These guys may or may not dislike each other.
Who's to say? Who really knows? We've seen this story already before with the return of CM Punk to pro wrestling. Philip Lindsay in AEW, this guy had a feud with one Eddie Kingston, and they told legit exactly the same stories that they could tell in this, of them being like, Kevin Owens is Kevin Steen's to this. He wears a shirt when he wrestles. He doesn't deserve to be in these locker rooms. Blah, blah, blah. Bro, still, I don't know if he's still holding on to it, but I don't know if these issues have been resolved in a long time. So there's real heat underneath this that can be addressed. And we know how my homie KO can get down on the mic. So when these guys get in there and they start talking about old IWA Mid-South stuff, it's about to be lit, Phil. I am so excited about this. What a way to return for KO.
Yeah. I thought the first segment last night, their first back and forth, was good. Just a little pow, little,
just a little, hey,
just a little.
I see you.
Just letting you know I'm here. I liked it. We started the show with the Cody stuff last night, and Cody is leaving the ring when Kevin Owens' music hits, and of course Kevin Owens had an extended feud with Cody before he went out as well. He stops in front of Cody, stares him, and looks him up and down. Cody hands him the mic. Goes straight in that ring, and I was like, yeah, we got action. Punk telling him that he should be thanking him because you would not be here. You wouldn't have gotten the opportunities that you have if I didn't open the door for you. You would be working a day job. You'd be a weekend warrior if it wasn't for me. I was like, well, I'm putting a lot on it, but I understand where you're going for the sake of wrestling promos. I get where you're going, but he also mentioned his son. He was like, listen, you're in a situation where you can bring your son to shows and get to look like this big hero because of me. You shouldn't be talking crazy to me. You should be thanking me. I said, oh, all right.
It's hard because like there's some truth in that. You know what I mean?
A little bit, but
there's some sauce on it.
It's a little cap on it in his rap a little bit. But he also started when Kevin Owens came in. He's like, hey, I see you're ready to wrestle. You got your merch on. You got your gear on. Because he came in with his t-shirt and his pants. And I said, oh.
This guy already starting. I'm telling you guys, I know exactly the story that Punk's about to tell all throughout this because he's been wanting to tell it for so many years. And Phil, he's been in the gym. He's buff. Like he's about to talk his shit, dog.
Yeah, he brought that up as well. That you thought that they didn't want skinny fat me here, but they wanted you. No, I opened that door for you. But I thought Kevin's last dig was really great. His response of, yeah, you did do a lot for me. You showed me what not to do. You showed me who not to be, because I wouldn't want to treat people like you did. And I wouldn't want this business to turn me into the miserable piece of shit that you became.
I mean, the way that people talk about Kevin Owens and the way that people talk about CM Punk is vastly different. So that is a bar.
Very much a bar. And I'm glad we didn't get into too much of the real life stuff. I'm glad we didn't.
Not off rip. You don't need that.
Yeah, I'm glad that they didn't try to put too many AEW references in here, because I don't think that would have worked with that crowd. I don't think they would have cared. They wouldn't have known what they were talking about. But I do think we're eventually going to get something, because there's no way. The friend group that Kevin Owens is in, and yeah, there's no way.
And like Punk has done stuff with Sammy, but like the KO stuff is so like the gripes are different over there, and like the way that they came up, I like that they started it this way though, of Punk laying the foundation of like, if you're indie, worship me because I got you in here, because there is a lot of truth in that. Like even like Bryan Danielson, like a lot of the reason we got some stuff is because Punk came in and did his indie shit on a national scale.
Yeah. He definitely did open doors for people, but yeah, there's
he also closed some.
there's a little cap on this rap a little bit, but it is funny. With that being said, when he was standing there talking, and Kevin Owens now has the arm sleeves, and I was like,
They used to frown upon tattoos here in these companies. Yeah. Punk was an outcast misfit because he had tattoos.
Yeah. Oh man. Also, just wild to see these guys both there with like gray in their beards, and I was like, man, where the hell is time gone? Like,
I hate it here.
Wild to think about. But this ended with pull apart brawl. Not really a brawl. Kevin Owens pushed him, and then immediately, security came. Security was standing behind them the whole time. Commentary made a point of saying we are not supposed to reference certain things. Definitely playing it up, which I thought worked for the segment. But before anything could happen, security was immediately in between them, and they grin on Kevin Owens' face the entire time, where he's like, "Nah, let him go. What y'all doing? Let him go." The last thing I was waiting for him to say, and again, I know you don't want to tie into any AEW stuff. I think it would have made it even funnier if that whole time he was grinning like, "Nah, let him go. I know he can't fight."
What's he gonna try to choke me?
Hey, listen, man, your dog ain't here to bite anybody.
I love it, but yeah, I don't think they have to get too deep in the weeds, because we've seen Punk do some stuff and say some things, and the crowd is like, we don't really care about all that.
Yeah, the WWE audience don't care about that. They don't know. But I thought that this was a good start to this, and boy, I am excited. I'm glad that we're getting a fresh matchup for Punk. I'm also glad that we're getting another guy that isn't as tied to WWE. You've got somebody else who has history from ROH with him, so it's not the same conversation of you left and you said all these bad things about us when you left, and I don't need to hear another one of those promos about Punk for as long as I live.
I also see what your boy's doing, Phil. I remember back when Punk returned to this company, and remember there was a couple of promos where people were like, "What's up with dude?" And like there was a couple of feuds when he came back where people were like, who is this guy? But like run back like the last year, and he's been in there with like Balor and Sami Zayn, and like the resume that he's now, and he's about to be in there with KO. I'm like, I see the narrative has been flipped pretty hard of like, I'm going to work with the people you guys want me to work with, and it's going to go how you want me to. And like the narrative on who CM Punk is has changed so different from from 3 years ago.
It is wild that two things happened this year that I did not think would ever happen for this guy. Him getting his WrestleMania main event finally, and the guy that he stood across that ring with at WrestleMania, I didn't think that would be a thing. But also watching certain Roman fans begrudgingly have to give it up to him that was such a great match, but then also trying to take it back immediately and being going like, nah, that old man, Roman just had to beat that old man and put him in the dirt. Okay, still his only 5-star match at WrestleMania, but
he gave Roman Reigns a 5-star match this year, Phil, in 2026.
He's gonna always have that to put on his belt now that he had a 5-star match with Roman in the main event of WrestleMania. All those people that are like, the reason you didn't get your main event is because you weren't good enough to get your main event. Can't say that no more. Can't throw that in his face no more because he put on a classic at WrestleMania. So,
with you. Like you can't, like you don't. Your argument's dead now. Like I helped you be who you are.
Yeah. So his fans, they'll try, but you can't do that argument no more that he didn't belong in that spot. No, he did. And the year that he should have gotten it, I always go back to, he had the best match on this show.
Yeah. Yeah.
By far.
I was there. I remember that reversal into Tombstone near fall and like jumping up and down. Like I remember that.
Yeah.
Shit was hot.
Yeah. Yeah. Again, if we went down the list on that Roman conversation of the opponents that Roman has had, that other people have had, and which match is better, then people would be upset. Because, listen, Punk don't have a lot of Brock matches. That SummerSlam Brock match is better than all the Roman Brock matches. Punk versus Undertaker, definitely better than Roman Undertaker WrestleMania.
Way better. Way better. Brock and Cena from Extreme Rules or whatever, where Brock flips over the ropes, like none of them have a better Brock match than that. So it's like, it's so fun. It's like this guy's resume, like he got it because he was there, but like,
listen, he got the accolades, but
he was there.
He got the accolades, but like I said, if you're talking to me about classic matches, it gets it might get spooky for some of y'all, and I might not want to admit the truth, man.
Is there? Of course, we're happy about Kevin Owens. Is there any world where Kevin Owens defeats CM Punk for this World Championship any way up here at any time?
I don't think so. I think that the obvious result here is that Sammy is going to interfere or something, because the way that Sammy talked to him afterwards, where he's saying, "Yeah, man, I'm glad you're back, but you kind of screwed me."
Again.
Yeah. And yeah. It seems like the match is gonna be in Toronto too. Yeah. I think Sam will definitely probably interfere.
That son of a bitch.
At this point, I really want Sammy to win Money in the Bank too. I think that there's a lot he could do with the briefcase.
With what his character is now and his gripes, I think it makes a lot of sense.
When are we getting the title match with the guy that is walking around with a title match after winning King of the Ring? When are we getting that?
I've seen people say WrestleMania. I'm like, that's a long time, my G. All the way there.
You can't wait that long. You've got Money in the Bank in what, 2 months? It's in October.
Mm-hmm.
You've got to sort this King of the Ring thing out before Money in the Bank, I would assume. You don't want two people walking around with a title shot, do you?
And then, like, if we go to WrestleMania, then the Royal Rumble, so there's 3 people walking around with title shots.
No, I would think you should sort this out. And I think Oba should beat Roman.
I think that's probably their issue, is they're like, when and where?
I know, but I think if you want to shake things up, if you want to just do something bold with a young guy, just give Oba the win. I mean, you're not going to get a better endorsement than he got at SummerSlam from Brock. Just give him the win.
What do we got on the way up to Money in the Bank? Because, like, where do you do this? Because, like, I feel I'm the same way. Like, if you do it after Money in the Bank, that's going to be dumb.
Yeah. Well, they're clearly angling towards an LA Knight match. I don't believe LA will beat Roman. But, I mean, he's deserving of a match at this point. He's one of the most over guys on Raw.
But no one in the world believes that he's going to beat Roman Reigns, though.
No. I mean, if you want to do something completely out of left field and you want to continue to build on your young guys, you did this stare down with Oba and Braun on Monday that I thought was actually cool.
Liked it.
Just do the match by Money in the Bank with Oba and make everybody think this is going to be Oba's crowning moment, and this is it. He's going to finally do it. Put the Money in the Bank briefcase on Brian Breaker, and Brian Breaker cashes in and steals his moment, which is something his mentor would have done.
Philip Lindsay, I think you're cooking with fire here, my friend. That's a great idea. If you don't want to execute right now with Oba, like execute with Braun. But the issue is it's all got to be either one of these guys has to beat Roman, and like we see how he moving.
Yeah, that's the question. Which it sure seemed like that's what Punk was alluding to. Like, hey man, come have a match with me. I'm not on the island. I'm not hiding.
Things are about to get very complicated. We got Survivor Series too. Like, what are they going to try to do? Faction warfare? Is that still a thing? Like, what's going to happen here?
Yeah, I don't know. Roman is on the poster for Survivor Series as well. So at this point, I don't think Roman will lose the belt. I think he'll be champion by the end of this year.
Oh, the Mexico thing too.
Yeah, that's right. That's the Raw that's in Mexico City.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you're lining up some big defenses for him, but again, if you just
he's definitely going to have the belt. Like if they're advertising it all the way, then like he's definitely going to be champion by then.
Yeah, I just think they need to shake things up. Like they've needed to for a while.
Yeah, it's pretty boring. Zilla just lost his belt to Amazing Red. He's about to come in and I'm sure they're going to still do the same thing. Like this isn't stopping. They're getting more guys.
You think they're signing Zilla?
I mean, he lost his Hog Championship last night to Amazing Red. The crowd gave him a thank you Zilla chant. He was doing the wave. See you guys later. I'm like, where else would he be going?
Maybe he's just done with House of Glory for now. I mean, we know what this usually looks like when you're wrapping up your indie dates. Yeah, but I don't know. I'm not so certain on Zilla going to WWE.
Yeah, that's the only thing I'm just like, that's going to be interesting. But I mean, like, think about it, Phil. Like, if you want, like, say Zilla is on some wild shit. He's wild and he's crazy. What better way to, like, get him grounded than to put him with 12 of his family members over here? Like, they'll hold him down, right?
It won't be the wildest signing out of those guys because, I mean, we never thought Jacob would end up over there. Jacob felt way more far-fetched than Zilla at one point.
That's a fact.
But I just think, like, for where they are, and especially, like I'm saying, this bloodline stuff is getting boring. You really want to add another guy to the mix and do some more bloodline stuff?
I think they do, yeah. They liked it.
I guess. Not for me, but for somebody.
So much. Woo, we talked about Roman Reigns for a long time. Man, this is not a Roman Reigns podcast.
Yeah, listen, sometimes podcast topics are podcast topics, man. I did see some people that were turning up their nose. This is what they do on podcasts? How many podcasts y'all listen to, Dan? What are we doing?
This is what we do. Talk about the news of the week.
I still think it's funny that of all the people to see it from Conrad was really funny. When he had the little bar in there when he was explaining what an industry plant was. You know, in music, they have this thing called industry plant. Bro, I was on the floor. On the floor, bro.
Oh, it's funny because, like, we know, like, Phil and I have talked about some things, and then, like, after the pod, our DMs were like, oh, shit, we must have said something crazy. We know, like, Conrad's emails, his text messages, like, he's been flooded by people from the bottom of the company to the top. Like, he hasn't just been arguing with wrestling fans online. Like, it's been crazy for him. And for him to be like, fuck it, I'm going to jump out on that limb is commendable.
Bro got out on a limb and then doubled and tripled down, bro. What y'all talking about? Bro went on another podcast to keep getting this shit off. Like, what y'all mean? Oh, I got a podcast with JR too. I keep going. What y'all mean?
Respect, dog. I would, if I saw the way that people were talking to him after that and how the Roman Abbeys were after him, I would have been way out. I'm like, y'all, I'm just kidding, man. Y'all got it. This was a bit. Now he's like, no, fuck y'all, I'm back.
I would have closed everything down.
Absolutely.
He's better than me because I wouldn't have responded to any of this.
Turn my phone off. I would have been on the beach somewhere.
I would have cut everything off. I'd be like, y'all have fun with that. Y'all do y'all aggregations and everything with the clips. Have a blast.
He tripling down with Roman fans, Phil. What a bold guy.
It's the wrong kind of people to be arguing with, buddy. Send us in your super chats. That's the best way to get your chats read on this podcast. You can also send us a humper chat at humperchats.com/Fightful.
Yes, sir. Who's up in here? Oh, the homie Leonard Aaron says one champ can't get a defense in under 3 months. Another can't go 3 weeks without getting pinned. Triple Dummy doing work for the women's champs.
Triple Dummy. Yeah, Liv.
Liv.
Yeah, Liv successfully defended her belt. First title defense of the year. It was a good match, though. I have to give them credit. I thought that was the best match of night one.
Yeah. That sort of thing. I kind of had a feeling that's what was going to go down, though, where it's like, oh, she hasn't won a match and had a successful defense. She has to get one.
You couldn't put emphasis on the fact that she hadn't defended her belt yet and then have her lose her first title defense. Right. That would have been terrible.
No. Not for someone they're behind.
Yeah.
Other Mikey V says, CMLL Grand Prix was amazing. It was most interesting OC and Roddy have been, and we might be getting Bandito versus Sobrano out of it. Yojihiro, though.
I did not see the Grand Prix, but sounds good.
I want to see this Dorada and Commander match that got 5 stars because I'm sure it's out of this world. I'll probably watch that later today. Shane Monster says, shout out to Rocky. Produce 3 was fired. That being said, someone needs to sit Orange Crush down and set him right. Remember, kids, Janela keeps receipts. Promoters, put your phone down. Gee.
When I tell you one of the funniest things I read this entire week was, I ain't doing all that. Bro. Howling, bro. Howling.
I guess if you guys aren't aware, Produce, the wrestling company, Joe Janela had to drop out of a Produce show because of travel things. Then that led to some beef between Joey and Orange Crush, the producer of Produce, the booker Produce. On the timeline, they're just talking about it on Twitter, posting receipts. Joey went on In the Weeds to talk about it with the homies. And then Orange Crush has been throwing his jabs in from his side. Everybody's talk. Orange Crush is like, I'm going to leave everybody alone. I'm just going to go back to wrestling. And then like an hour later, he was back talking crazy. So
yeah, Brett was getting a little subs in, I saw.
Mm-hmm. Then they posted Joey had a show and they inducted some people they're going to induct some people into the Indie Hall of Fame. And then Orange Crush has a part in that. So he was throwing shade on that. So I was like, all right, we got to. This is too much. And like, I think part of the reason that Orange Crush has been able to get to where they are is because of Brett and GCW. So I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, I don't know, man. Like, promoters, stop it, dude. People like your wrestling a lot. I've seen a bunch of people talking very positively about Produce 3. But more of them were talking about how crazy you guys are arguing online and fighting about these things. Make it about the wrestling. I guess this is worth something because like people like mess and people like drama. And some people have checked out the show based off this stupid ass drama, but that's not sustainable. So like Be cool, you guys.
Yeah. Yeah, people definitely like mess, and I didn't know what people were talking about initially, and then I saw Janela's tweets and the texts, and there are some quotables from those texts that
Absolutely.
I was dying laughing at. Like I said, I ain't doing all of that. It was really funny, but the other one was you gotta reevaluate how you talk to people, especially Joey Janela.
He has to make that a T-shirt, though. You got to reevaluate how you talk to people, especially Joey Janela.
Bro, tears, bro. I was dying laughing at the whole thing, man. And that's why I was like, all right, man. I don't know enough about the situation with these guys. It seems very petty. It seems like this could have just been dealt with over the phone, but those text messages were hilarious, man.
I love how Joey addressed that too. He's like, "Oh, you guys are like getting on me for saying that." He's like, "I'm a stupid ass wrestler. Like that's what we do. Like that's how we think." I'm like, "That's hilarious."
Yeah, and people being like, "Joey, take this off the timeline. Why are you doing this?" And he's like, "How long have you been following me?" And I was like, "Yeah, this checks out for what I know Joey Janela to do. I expected this."
None of this was surprising to me. I'm like, "Oh, Joey Janela's doing this? Yeah." Everybody's like, "How could he?" I'm like, "Oh, you don't know Joey at all, right?"
Yeah, I mean, look, man, the concept for the produce shows is really cool. So far, they're getting a lot of positive buzz around the show.
What
So
this should be about.
I hope this continues. I think there's a produce show in Chicago soon. So
Yeah, there is.
I'm gonna try to go, but yeah, a lot of this is it's a mess.
There's an LA produce show produced by the Dogs coming up. I'm like, I want to go to that. Can it just be about wrestling? Like, what's happening here?
Can't ever just be about wrestling, man.
Never has, never will. Ben also says that the only main event guy in WWE that Roman has more charisma than in recent decades is Brock, in my opinion. Danhausen greater than Triple H to me.
Yeah. Did you see the video package they aired for Brock last night?
I did not.
Yeah, there seems like he's retiring. They did not make this very clear at SummerSlam, but then he went on Pat McAfee and said that he's done. He's retiring, and then they put the video package up last night on SmackDown. Sure seems like he might be retiring.
It's a good time. Like, what else do you have to do? You put a guy over, and Phil, the way that people were talking about Brock Lesnar, you would have thought he saved a bus full of puppies or something. They're just like, "Oh, I can't believe he's so selfless. He really did that. He loves Oba Finn." I'm like, all right.
There's a propaganda being pushed. I saw it. I did think it was very funny when I thought about it. He came back and looked around. Wait, Vince really ain't coming back? I'm out of here. Y'all wild. Vince ain't coming back? Yeah, listen, I'm done. Yeah, how many matches y'all need from me? I got about 2 more.
You gonna get 2 more. Oh, y'all gonna be in Minnesota? Okay, I'll be at home, so I'll do that. But this is it. Yeah, no, he walked around and looked around and was like, "Oh, they're serious about this. They're really not bringing him back. I gotta go. I'm not having no parts of this." I still see tweets of people being like, "I can't wait till Vince comes back," and I'm like, what world is this?
I don't think that's gonna ever happen, guys.
Just thinking about the good times, Phil, and I'm like, the good times.
Yeah, I saw that there was also talk of that, by the way, that the timing of it, that Triple H did do a press scrum after Saturday night. If you know, you know. If you remember the last time we had a pay-per-view and he did not do a press conference, it was when Brock returned to wrestling, and that was still when the lawsuit was a big news story. Now, the lawsuit has moved to private arbitration, and Brock is potentially leaving again, and he's retiring. Now, all of a sudden, he can do press conference again. Wonder what changed.
Huh. Fans weren't chanting things at him this time, Phil?
We got that great quote from him. He'll always give us at least one. He'll never disappoint me. Triple H will always give me at least one quote. We got that quote from him saying, "Listen, man, if people want it to be different people in the main event, they don't want us to keep using the same guys, then work harder, man. Like, just get over, and we'll do the rest. And everybody immediately was like, "What about LA Knight?"
LA Knight. I was like, if I was LA Knight, I would have been tearing through people to fight him from saying this. That's not true, dog. What about fucking Matt Cardona, who did this organically before, and they said, "Get out of here, loser boy." Like, it depends. They have to want it too, though. Like, that's the second part that he doesn't mention. It's like anybody could get over, but we have to want you to get over.
Yeah,
that's
because there are definitely other guys and women that have gotten over, and they did not do the rest, as he said. But he just said, "No, look, just get over." We'll do the rest.
Anytime they're just like, wrestlers are lazy, it's on you. I'm like, that's not true, dude. Like, it doesn't. That's not how this works. You write the fucking shows, brother. Get better. That's crazy.
Listen, man, just get over.
Just get over. Like, that's some easy ass thing. Sick guy. Will Chisholm says Rock had a pay-per-view called Rock Bottom. LOL.
You did.
What's Roman's pay-per-view? What's the name of Roman's pay-per-view? I ain't seen it. Life was different. The other Mikey V says Punk doing WWE Collision made MJF's promo funnier. WWE Collision. I think it moves a little bit differently than Collision does, but I hear you.
It's pretty funny.
Will also says, after that Punk promo, Roman said, I work with Penta in Mexico. It's funny, but good for Penta. Roman said, I worked with Penta. He's trying to work with Penta in Mexico as part of this tournament.
Yeah. What do you mean? I'm not on an island. I'm going to Mexico City. What do you mean?
I'm going to have my first rep match on Raw in like 4 years.
I saw that. The response of people like, look, Roman's going to wrestle on Raw. And I was like...
It's been 4 years.
How many matches does Roman have this year? 4?
Not enough to do some things that people are gonna be mad at.
I'm not even trying to be funny. I think it's been 4 total. Like, of course, Royal Rumble, WrestleMania,
the Jacob match,
Backlash. Clash in Italy.
Oh, and then this. So that would be 5.
I was close. I mean, if you don't want to count the Royal Rumble match, that's 4 matches. Your champion only had 4 matches this year, my guy.
It's August, dude. It's August. And he'll probably end up with like 9. Like, he probably ain't even gonna make it to 10. Paul Lamb says WWE easily has the best women's roster in any promotion, and it's not close. Too many talented women sitting in catering on SmackDown. Move Julia, Jordan, Blake, and Kiana to Raw when they've added Tatum and Lola. Like, them 4 names you mentioned are heavy hitters too. That's crazy. I was like, damn, these are women that I would have as the world champions and high in the division, and they're not a part of anything.
Yeah, I'm surprised that Jordan's not doing anything. It's really kind of the most confusing one. Blake, they just brought her up, so it is confusing that she's not in any program right now. But Jordan's been up there a lot longer.
And kind of like tailor-made for the things already. Like, doesn't need development, doesn't need anything. Like, she's ready to get to it.
And they were seemingly very high on her at one point. So, yeah, I'm not sure what happened there. We'll see. I don't know.
I saw a tweet yesterday. Somebody was like, this is kind of on the same thing, different company. But somebody was like, Britt Baker hasn't been on TV for like 650 days or something. And they were like, is she buried? I was like, what is that? What else could she be? What do you mean? If she ain't buried, I don't know what the fuck this is. I don't know if she's buried, but like, from watching the show, I ain't seen this person in like 5 years. What the hell's going on?
I'm surprised she hasn't come back yet, to be honest.
That's what I'm saying. That's it.
Because I don't think that Tony's going to release her. If he would have, I think he would have done it by now.
Yes.
So I'm surprised she hasn't come back yet. And I do think she's still going to end up back on TV.
Why wouldn't she? But that's the most confusing thing, because, like, if you could put her on. Like, what are you waiting
Yeah,
for?
I don't know what's going on there.
Like when Willow was doing the return stopper gimmick or whatever, I was like, maybe Britt, but like not at all. Not anywhere.
Yeah, very surprising that she hasn't showed up anywhere. We're in August. I thought for sure she would be back by now.
It's August, G. And like the division could always use us people a recognizable star. Like I don't really.
I mean, you could put her in a tag team. There's stuff you could do with her.
The Buzz, Aaron Busby says, happy Graps, my G. Yesterday was the 33rd anniversary. There's time again of Meteor Man. What are y'all memories of it? I definitely remember going to the video store specifically to order that with my cousins and being so like, just like, we got like a black superhero movie essentially, and just like being so excited to sit down in that moment with my fam to watch it.
I remember at one point getting a comic book and the ad for Media Man was in there, and it had like the like all of the headshots at the bottom of all of the people that were in it, like Luther Vandross, all of these like black celebrities, Bill Cosby, like a ton of celebrities, and I was like, how is this? I was like, what is this? And I mean, like it was promoted pretty heavily and stuff like that, Jet Magazine and all these other things, and like that's what I remember from it, like just seeing like that poster and that amount of names on it. That was crazy. But yeah, a classic movie, Meteor Man. It gave us great things like the Golden Lords and
the Lords.
My man coming in there with the slinky.
Yeah, Robert Townsend's doing like a special, some kind of tour or something, and he's gonna show like 5 of his movies here in San Francisco. I don't know if Meteor Man's one of them, but I'm gonna try to catch something because Robert Townsend is GOAT.
Yeah, absolutely. What a guy. When I was going through the list of Disney Channel movies with my friend, because he did not understand the height of Disney Channel at one point, and I was like, oh no, you're bugging. I had to tell him, I was like, Robert Townsend had a Disney Channel movie.
He did.
Where he had the superhero family.
What is that? Is our age difference with the homie that much? Did the age play a role why he didn't understand?
I don't know what he did in his childhood. We're talking about Emilio. I don't know what he was doing when he was a kid. I guess he was just like watching Rocky and Roadhouse. But I was telling him, I was like, you're crazy. The Disney Channel was a huge deal at one point. What are you talking about?
What do you mean? Like next to it was like Wrestling My Life, but like next to that was like Disney Channel movies. People would go to school. It was like fucking water cooler talk of like, did you see fucking Eddie's Chili Cook-Off or whatever movie that it was? Like that shit had a stranglehold on our childhood.
Yeah, bro. I was like, dude, you go. Well, it started because we were talking about Raven Simone, and I was like, nah, you're wilding.
He doesn't understand Raven.
He was like, he's never been a Raven fan, and I said, nah, Raven had 2 runs.
Can't relate.
2 massive runs, bro. I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. And he was like, yeah, but I was like, dude. He was like, the Disney Channel stuff was that big of a deal. I was like, dog, face of the channel.
That big of a deal?
She was the face of that channel. What are we talking about? Like, we're not going to talk crazy about
that big of a deal. Like Raven doesn't even. Like I can't even put her like in the same categories as like Angela Bassett and like the GOAT black women, because she wasn't on that side. She has to have her own category. Like that's how cool she is. She's like on a different side of like, she was different. Like Raven, man. When That's So Raven was happening and she was the biggest child star in the fucking world, like what do you mean? In the world.
Yeah, no, I was trying to explain to him like that time period and what Raven did for that channel, and like all of the other like massive stars that spawned out of Disney Channel. I mean, Sabrina Carpenter, Hillary Duff. I mean, you go on and
Cyrus.
on. Miley Cyrus, Lindsay Lohan, Zendaya.
People were mad at Raven did her like Mount Rushmore Disney, and she didn't include Hannah Montana, and like people were mad, and she was like, "I built this. What do you mean? I could say whoever I want."
She did though. Like
she said, "I built the Mount Rushmore. I could say whoever I want is on it." Like, yeah, dude, she could say what she wants because she's the brand.
Yeah.
And she's nuts, but she's not as nuts as you think she should be. She's definitely nuts, though.
I still think one of the funniest moments in the last year or so was just randomly watching TV, and she's hosting the Scrabble show. And I was like, oh, I didn't know there was a such thing as a Scrabble show. And Raven Simone was hosting it, and then one of the contestants was Nick Hausman. I was like, wait, what? And I like texted him. I was like, wait, you're on TV. Why are you on TV?
A lot of wild connections there. How did Nick Hausman get on a show with Raven Simone?
Yeah, bro. Hilarious.
He left wrestling and he really left wrestling, Phil.
Yeah, I mean, I know. I could pick up my phone fast enough. I was like, dude, you're on my TV right now playing Scrabble. What's going on?
Now he's in some like InfoWars type shit. He'd be on like the president. We got to take him down.
I hope he's not on InfoWars. That sounds crazy.
That just came to my brain. He ain't onto that, but he's onto some like political shit.
I was about to say, he seems pretty liberal. I don't think he would be over there.
He's one of those InfoWars guys. I'm saying that now because the homie from Tim and Eric purchased InfoWars, and now they're like flipping it into some funny shit. So. User by 8 says, please sorry, you guys. Please ask Will to pitch for a new AEW console game.
Why would you think we have a line to do that?
Yeah, I can't. I don't even have his phone number.
We don't have that kind of influence.
I don't know what their wrestling video game mind state is after Fight Forever, with how it did and kind of how video games are at this point. Like, I don't know if they want to invest because there was a lot of money that went into that. Like I think they went over budget. I'm pretty sure. And I don't know if they're interested in investing in that again, but I think there's a market for it. So it's potential, but I mean, I still think about it every week. My songs in a wrestling video game, like at least once a week that comes across my brain. And I'm like, that's so fucking cool.
Yeah, I did forget that the Onion did buy InfoWars. And yeah, what a funny chain of events to happen.
Life is weird.
The Alex Jones demise. Well, he's still alive, but like his downfall has been one of the funniest things to watch, man.
He's been like doubles. Like he's in the hole so much money, like $400 million or something. And couldn't happen to a better guy. And he looks just like Bully Ray. So it's like, it's weird when you see him on the timelines. Because sometimes I'll go past the time like, what Bully talking about? I'm like, oh, that's not Bully.
You gonna put Alex Jones on WWE radio? Heard he needs a job.
I saw them front row at SummerSlam, but like this isn't. Everything's gonna say exactly the same, Phil.
You see those quotes?
I did.
Fascinating read. I saw that.
Super fascinating. Great way to describe it.
I was like, oh, okay. That's where we're going with it. Interesting choice.
That's what this is. Oh, all right.
Very interesting choice. Look, I don't want to over criticize other people doing media. But yeah, I fascinating read.
I just keep being like, oh yeah, that's something.
Yeah.
Fascinating read. They're doing something over there, Phil. Grapple Geekery said Roman's pay-per-view was Great Balls of Fire.
Oh boy. Every time I think about Great Balls of Fire, I think that should have been that should have been the show where Samoa Joe became champion. But
Great Balls of Fire is directly associated with Samoa Joe. Every time I hear the song, I'm like, damn, why didn't they let Samoa Joe? Every time people bring that
Every
promo
time you
up,
hear the song,
every time people bring that promo up, Phil, where he cooks Brock Lesnar, and they're like, they should have did it. I'm like, they should have did it, dude. What happened?
man, what a great segment when he came out and he choked him out, and Braun's like turning purple.
I was like, damn, they're gonna do it. They didn't do it.
They did. We can't have nice things.
When they brought up Brock's stats this week, and he has like 420 matches or something throughout his whole career, I'm like, that's crazy. Hulk Hogan used to be working 420 matches a year. Like, he would fly back from Mexico and Japan and America. He'd wrestle 5 times in a day sometimes.
They gonna think we are a Hulk Hogan propaganda.
We stand over here. We stand Hogan.
We stand. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
yeah. Appreciate you guys. We got some Humper chats as well. I think I read this one already.
Great Balls of Fire. What a stupid name for a pay-per-view.
That logo with the that looked like testicles. Like, I don't know what that was.
Somebody was getting their thing off.
Yeah, sorry, I'm trying to find my place again in the Humper chats. I think okay. So Tony says, however, we still in bloodline land. You still getting shitted on, and women are still booked like shit on SmackDown. Right now, WWE feels like 2016, 2017 Falcons, just like they did. I just feel like they will fuck it up in the end. Still will never forgive the Atlanta Falcons for that.
Shameful.
Shameful. That should have been, that should have been the year that confetti was flying in Atlanta, like chicken and waffles. Like, you could have had like all these great Atlanta rappers on the float. Instead, New England Patriots won another Super Bowl. They would have exactly what we needed.
If Atlanta would have won, like, lemon pepper would have went out of business. Like, there would have been no more lemon pepper anywhere if Atlanta would have won the Super Bowl. Atlanta loves lemon pepper.
Tony also says TNA got Gabby, but lost 2 knockouts. They say they are adding more, but I just hope they book them all well and kill the Dreamer / Michelle Divas direction they've been going with the knockouts. Remember, TNA, the goal is to make people want to stay, not leave. Yeah, this exodus that's happening with TNA is still happening. Sure seems like there's a reoccurring theme there with people that are leaving as well. I think it's interesting that so many people at this point are just asking out of their contract. Which...
Like, people's contracts aren't expiring, Phil. These are people being like, I'm good here. Can I leave? And TNA letting them. But yeah, Gabby Forza this week signed. She's amazing. The Nomi, Bear Bronson, her hubby's over there too. So, like, they got potential. They got people that the future of this company could be good. But, like, I have to see some results first because it's looking crazy right now.
Yeah, the latest, if people are not keeping up, is Jody Threat axed out of her contract. And then Marshade, her contract was up, and then she just finished up this week, I believe.
Yep, and these are like people involved in their current women's tournament that they got going on. So it's like, whew, it's weird.
Yeah. Tony says, the Hunt / what the fuck, why do people feel like the Heats are still a play-in team and we aren't going to be good? I am confused. Petty of the week when it goes to whatever the hell is going on with the owner of Produce and Joey Janela. Just petty wrestling shit in the open. LOL. Yeah, I think the Heat are going to be better than people think. I still have to see how this looks.
Yeah.
There's still a lot of open questions about this.
I mean, Giannis, if he comes out motivated and the team could get it together, they'll be good. They're not going to win the championship or nothing, but I don't think they're going to be. I don't think it'll be bad for them.
Yeah. Tony also says, I haven't been locked in the last couple of weeks with Petty, so if y'all have something better, then you can give it to them. So we all know where Mara Sade is going. She has improved a lot compared to her time at NXT and earned this opportunity. Yeah, it sure seems like she's probably going to AEW.
Yeah, that's what. I mean, if I were to make a guess, I'd say that's where she's probably ending up. I mean, WWE continues to be Petty of the week and month and year for me, Phil, doing like this Roman and Mexico stuff is a pointed reason. Punk has mentioned AAA, like them stacking the deck over there is just like, stop.
Yeah. I mean, I think this week you probably got it right with the Produce and Joey thing.
That's definitely, yeah. We don't need to see this. Keep this off the timeline.
Listen, this is your bit, Tony. I can't tell you how to do your bit better than you.
Absolutely.
From Rafael Garcia, he says, whoever in David Banner's camp co-signed him becoming the new spokesman of Soul Glow either needs a raise or needs to be fired. Anyway, wrestling TNA once again proving why they put the number two promotion with the Dude White partnership is funny and sad. I did not see this David Banner thing, but that is hilarious.
Yeah, Bun B was performing, and he brought out David Banner to perform like a pimp, and David Banner's just super laid. Like his hair is like, he looks like a pimp, essentially. That's the song. He came out to perform like a pimp, and he looked just like a pimp. But hair was super laid. Shout out to David Banner.
Bro, you telling me he came out there with the pimp juice dripping out of his hair, and he's hitting the whole first Mississippi motherfucker, I'ma ride till I die. That sounds crazy.
And he's hyped, Phil. He's running all over the stage. He's jumping around like he's so hyped. Like a Pimp is hard too. That's a hard ass song.
Yeah, absolutely. Then the last one from Tony P. Sorry, that's not the last one. He says, however, there's some who feel her in-ring isn't to AEW's expectations. And you know how some fans like to unload on a black woman, which I don't want for her. My question is, how do you book her and mold her into someone the AEW fans expected from a woman in-ring? I think with the women's tag team division, you immediately have somewhere you can slot her. You can put her with someone and make a tag team, and that would make a lot of sense.
I know who she'd want to be a tag team with.
I mean, try to think, who could you put her? I mean,
I'd say because Mercedes is her goat, and Mercedes is everybody's goat.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you could put her with Mercedes, but I mean, like you could put her with Red Velvet, and that would be an interesting tag team.
That
you
would
could. I mean, I think like straight away you could do something like that, and like people that are like, well, she can't wrestle. It's like, yeah, but there are plenty of spots you can put her in.
I mean, that's probably where I would slot her in first is Ring of Honor with people like Red Velvet, with people like Queen Amanada, with people like Diamante. Like over there, like you get a crash course in learning how to work with these ladies. And there's a couple of the divisions that I think she can fit in well. I hate that of when AEW fans have a tendency to do this of a wrestler that they don't think is up to par gets leaves the company and they're like, don't fucking come over here, blah blah blah, like all this stuff, and it's like, relax, you guys, stop.
People gotta relax doing that. I mean, at one point, people didn't want Tekla over there, and look how that turned out.
Yeah, dog.
So people gotta chill out with that.
There's probably people saying this about Tony Storm. I'm sure. I don't remember any of it, but I'm sure when they were like, "Oh, who's this person?" and look what happened.
Yeah. Yeah, Redmond, where are the Iconics who were the inspiration? They got signed. That was like what, March?
They're on Ring of Honor, but
they're not doing anything else of note.
I'm just like, don't we need, as Phil and I keep saying, women's tag teams? Like, is that division a division? Like, do you guys want to fill this up, or yes or no?
I don't know. Doesn't seem like they do. Does not seem like they do. Tony also says, I am the only one that sees a heel winning Money in the Bank for the women then beating Chelsea within that week. Anywho, time to prepare for work, protect each other by being kind and standing up to bitch-ass fascists and racist Trump and all of his bald lickers. Peace and love. Appreciate you.
Yeah, appreciate you, homie.
That is all of our Humber chat. Appreciate you, Tony, as always. Continental Cup. That's what I was trying to remember. Continental Cup is starting this week. That is a new concept that AEW just announced this week. Apparently, the Continental Cup is going to become a regular thing, where the Continental Cup will be the mid-season tournament, and they're still going to have the Continental Classic in November. As of now, the Continental Cup is going to culminate at AEW All In. There will be 16 wrestlers total. And the first 8 matches are up as of now. It's going to start tonight on Collision. The winner gets the Continental Cup. I don't know why it wasn't just a trophy to begin with. I don't know why it was a belt. But here we are. But how this works is it's the usual rules from the Continental Classic. No outside interference. No time limit draw. There'll be 16 wrestlers in blind draw matches. With the 8 winners then compete in 4 blind draw matches. The 4 winners move on to the semifinals in Glasgow and on August 26th. And then the Cup finals will take place on August 30th at All in London.
And who are the guys?
Yeah, and then the winner of the finals will receive the Continental Cup and will be the new AEW Continental Champion.
Okay, so they become the champion also. That's a very important detail.
Yes. So it's not just you win the cup, you do win the Continental Championship belt. To make it less confusing, but Redmond, yes, it is called the AEW Continental Challenge Cup.
What?
Yes.
Oh man. Okay, there's a lot going on. I don't know where I'm standing on it so far. I think when they initially announced it, I was like, the only way the result of this is going to determine a big thing. Because if this is just Mox runs through everybody and that's it, why did you guys do this? But if this means something and this pushes somebody, I'm all in. That's why I want to hear who the full names are.
Okay, so I have the full list in front of me. Of course, Jon Moxley is the current AEW Continental Champion. Kyle O'Reilly, Roderick Strong, Orange Cassidy, Nigel McGuinness, Katsuyori Shibata, David Finlay, Ace Austin, Jay White, Matt Sydal, Jungle Jack Perry, Jake Doyle, Brian Cage, Hechicero, Claudio Castagnoli, and Eddie Kingston. Then I have the matches here as well. The first 8 matches are up. For tonight's episode of Collision, we've got Claudio Castagnoli versus Ace Austin, Jake Doyle versus Eddie Kingston, and Orange Cassidy versus Matt Sydal. Next week's Dynamite will be Jack Perry versus Jon Moxley, Jay White versus David Finlay, and then there'll be 3 more matches on the August 15th episode of Collision. Those will be Brian Cage versus Hechicero, Kyle O'Reilly versus Roderick Strong, and Katsuyori Shibata versus Nigel McGuinness.
If they're real, they'd have Jack beat Mox on Wednesday.
That'd be
just
crazy.
Off rip, just throw a wrench into this whole thing.
those are some great matches so far.
They are.
A lot of those are strong. I just don't know why we're doing another tournament.
That's all I'm thinking of. What is this?
So close to the Owen, and I don't know why you need another tournament. And then
so close to the Owen. I didn't even think about the Owen. What? We just had that.
You just wrapped up the Owen, and now we're doing another tournament. And then it's attached to the Continental Classic, which is basically your version of the G1. I don't know that you need to dilute this and add another tournament. And I don't quite understand.
I mean, I immediately thought of like G1 New Japan Cup style thing, but like...
But I mean, you've got the Owen.
You've got the Owen. Again, forgot about the Owen.
So... Yeah, I don't really get it, but I mean, these matches look fire, and I'm sure
Matches are
that this is going to be the way to get to John Moxley on the All In card as well, because I do assume he's probably going to make it all the way to the finals.
Of course. Because when you're saying the names, I'm like, who are these guys realistically could win? That besides Mox, Jay White, Jack Perry.
Yeah, that's a great point as well, Jason. I think this was the time. If you were going to announce a big tournament, you should do a women's tournament.
Great point, Jason.
But it is what it is. Like I said, I think these matchups are great. Love seeing Claudio, Ace Austin straight out the gate for tonight. Ace Austin being in the mix is great. Jay White versus David Finlay is a big one.
So that's why they were saving the pay-per-view match. This makes sense.
Yes. Kyle O'Reilly versus Roderick Strong. That should be fire. Shibata versus Nigel McGuinness. Like these are some strong matches to come out the gate with. Jack versus Mox is very interesting because Jack's I don't want to say he's been directionless, but he's been in need of something since he dropped the national championship. And putting him in the mix with a former world champion, I wonder where that's leading.
And it's just interesting, Phil, because remember a couple weeks ago, he did a promo where he was like, I want to be the world champion. And like, this isn't the way.
Well, I mean, putting him in there with a former world champion and the current Continental champion right away, I think that you're going to see what you have in Jack, but just continue to throw him into deep water and see if he can swim.
Yeah. And like I said, I wasn't joking. I think he should beat Mox. Like, what if we just got Mox out of here?
I definitely think Mox is winning. There's no way he's losing in a first round match.
No, 0%.
No way I see that.
I think he's going to win this whole thing. That's what I'm saying.
He's just going to end up with the cup?
They just did a bit to get Mox another thing.
Yeah. Yeah, out of this field.
Like, realistically, Jay?
I would like it for it to be Jay. I think that he would get a great reaction if he won.
That's a good all-in match, too, him and Mox.
Yeah. But realistically, Eddie Kingston is in the mix. We have kept Eddie away from Mox. That maybe Eddie could go all the way to the finals as well.
Yeah. That's a feel-good story. I like that. But I don't know if they like that.
Yeah.
I mean, do they do a Don Callis? Because there is this Death Riders and Don Callis shit, I guess. I don't know if you to expand upon that. Like, what is this? Because so I'm like, Mox might just beat. Because like, who are these guys is gonna beat Mox?
Yeah,
he's like that.
This field doesn't seem like this is set up for anybody to beat him, but should be some fun matches at least.
That's kind of the issue I'm having with it, because I'm like is every AEW are we just gonna give every story everything up to that? Like, oh, the matches will be great, so who cares?
Yeah, I know.
How many times have we done that? No, who cares about the build? The matches will be great. Who cares about this? The matches will be great.
Yeah, no, that is starting to be the cop out. But this is the matches company. This is the pay-per-view company. So that's how they kind of build things. But I do think that you've got to start kind of building some kind of story around Moxley. And as long as he's been on top, especially with the Continental Championship belt, you haven't really set up anybody to beat him.
Can we go back to Kyle?
Maybe.
Like,
Kyle makes sense.
They had that match already, but we can forget about it.
Yeah, and it was a good match.
Yeah.
Here we are again. This match was good.
See, there you go. So I don't know. I'm like, is it? Because like, if this is just John Moxley's thing, like, John Moxley's already over, dude. He doesn't need a thing to get over anymore.
No, he does not. He doesn't need another accolade at this point.
Mm-mm. And like, who are the contenders?
I think Jay White is the biggest contender.
That's the one.
I think he could use this win the most out of anybody in the field.
Mm-hmm. And they've been kind of quietly setting up a Death Riders and Bang Bang Gang thing. So I think that makes the most sense off of just seeing the field. I was like, oh, Jay White. But I don't know. They could convince me of something else.
That's at least at this point who I hope is winning. We'll see how this actually lands. Grand Slam Mexico I thought was a ton of fun. Starting with the big 8-man tag match. The one thing that I will say for all of the gripes against the Death Riders, they're good at these kind of matches. And
They are.
I thought that the tag matches that Mox and Ospreay were having for the last few weeks were good, but also these kind of matches, like the multi-man matches where they can come in and showcase all their guys, I think they always look good in these.
Yeah, this was super fun way to start the show with a bunch of guys that the Mexican fans want to see, people that they're building feuds out to All In. That Cope entrance, like in any language, fans just get it and they love it. But yeah, the Death Riders, when they get together and they start doing their Death Rider bits and they do the in the corner clothesline spots and all that stuff, like this is why their stuff works, because all the bits that they do when they get them into a match, it just makes the match work for some reason.
Yeah, great atmosphere.
Super insane.
The international crowd always works for this kind of stuff in pro wrestling. You put wrestlers in front of that crowd that they don't get to see all the time, like Cope, and put them on team with the Young Bucks. That's going to hit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Mexican crowd was insane. The visual, when they started the show, I was like, this looks dope. The crowds were going crazy. Felt like they were mic'd a little bit better. They were hot the entire time. At the last match, they were as hot as the first match. Like, I see why they've had a year's worth of sellouts straight, honestly, at this point.
Yes. Andrade, man, which, I mean, we knew he was going to get a fantastic reaction in Mexico. And he was great. He has been fantastic so far as champion. 2 weeks in a row, they've put him in triple threat matches, and they've been heat both times. I thought last week's title defense was great. And this week, we got the 3-way to determine the number 1 spot in the Casino Gauntlet match.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that this was really great. Tommaso Ciampa has continued to be one of my favorite signings of the year for this company. He's so much fun to watch. Coming out there with that American flag robe or whatever the hell that was that he came out with. His reaction to the crowd, funny. What a guy. That continues proceeding to beat down Andrade's pants.
The pants spot in this was pretty great. Commander hit a 450 on him. Yeah, I think that Tommaso is so good and has been such a great signing. He's like quietly one of the best parts of AEW. Like, he's not even super in the mix for like a championship, but like he should be. And like they need to put him somewhere because like he's a feud wrestler. And like I think he should always be kind of locked into that. The pop for Andrade here. People are mad at his new theme song, Phil, and I was dancing to it. I think that shit kind of hits a little bit. I like it. I don't know what the issue is.
It doesn't bother me that much. I did not like Kevin Knight's new theme, and I'm glad they changed that one back.
Yeah.
this one's pretty inoffensive to me. It doesn't bother me as much as it seems to bother other people. But I think it's just because his old theme was so good.
His old thing did hit, but this one, like, for his vibe and what's going on, incredible. Commander was firing this. He does his walking the ropes thing, and it still hits like the first time. Like in Mexico, it looked just incredible work all around. If this becomes the triple threat belt match Andrade thing, I'm super into it because the last two have been very, very good. Great match coming out of this. Immediately after Philip Lindsay, we got a little, would you say return? Has it been long enough to say a return?
Yeah. Right after this match, Andrade did pick up the win. He will be the number 1 spot in the upcoming Casino Gauntlet. And then afterwards, we got the return of Maxwell Jacob Freeman. This guy is no stranger to Arena Mexico. He's had some great matches, great moments in this arena. The crowd knows him. They let him have it when he came out. beat down on Andrade. Bloodied my guy. I did not expect that. But the thing that I expected even less, he's still carrying the world championship.
Where'd he get that? Why did he have that?
Yeah, I was very confused about that part. He's like, I'm still the world champion. He ran down how, we're going with talentless Will Ospreay and Kenny Omega in this match, and he would be still champion if Ospreay did not screw him out of the match.
But you lost.
I don't know how I feel about this because he lost, and he lost clean. And I saw people comparing it to Punk doing the real world champion thing, but Punk never lost. He got suspended, and you had the baked in reason why Punk would still have the belt, because when he got suspended, he just took it with him and he never gave it back. I don't think he ever gave it back. I think he still has it. But MJF, he lost. And
how can he leave with that belt?
Yeah. I don't know. I'm confused as to what this does here. And I know you've been still building to the fact that Andrade wanted to face the world champion. He wanted a world title match. We're clearly not going to get that match between him and MJF. I don't understand why you're going this route with it, and having him as like the delusional champion that's like, I never lost, I'm still champion. But you did lose.
We watched it on TV. We watched you lose. We watched Kenny take the belt and leave with it. Yeah, I just didn't really understand that part of him coming with the belt, him saying it's a sham that there's the main event, and he's entering the casino gauntlet because he's going to win his belt back, even though he's still the world champion. So there's a lot of, well, why do you want to win the match if you're the champ already?
Yeah, didn't make a lot of sense to me, but it's good to see Max back. I'm glad that he has a spot on the card. I think this makes a lot of sense to put him in the mix to try to win a rematch against either MJF or Ospreay. I don't know that we needed this world championship.
He could have came and did that same promo without the belt, and it would have been just as effective. Hey, they screwed me, so I'm entering the casino gauntlet to get my belt back. Okay, I'm in.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I think it would have worked just as fine.
What's the belt doing there? How did he get the belt, Phil, if Kenny left?
What the belt do?
What the belt gonna do?
But other than that, like, I thought that this was fine. Again,
yeah.
The fact that he is going to be on the card, now there's a few other people. We don't know what they're doing. I still am waiting to see what is Swerve doing. I assume we might have an answer on what Hangman is doing based on, the semi-main event of the show. I was going to say the main event, which seems like you might have thoughts on that. We'll get into it.
Yeah.
We had the multi-women match, Willow Nightingale and the Brawling Birds versus Mercedes and Divine Dominion. I thought that this was a fun match. That's how we got the announcement as well for the AEW Women's Tag Titles match for All In. Brawling Birds will be taking on Divine Dominion. Willow Nightingale pinned Mercedes with the backslide here. And usually our wrestling trope is that usually when that happens, you're gonna lose. When you get the visual pin on TV, that's usually the first sign that you're gonna lose. But we'll see.
Phil, one of my favorite match types is PWG style crazy spot fest. And a lot of the times we see these on AEW shows, but the women don't really get the opportunity to have that fun. This felt like that finally. It's 6 women. They're all just going out, being insane. The crowd's crazy. I'm like, finally, the women got a PWG style crazy one where everybody's doing all kind of stuff. Love everyone involved in this. Divine Dominion, their finish is brutal. Like the way that they just like start jacking women up is incredible. Like, I think that tag match at the show is going to be awesome. Love the stories. Anytime Mercedes and Willow were in there together, they have such great chemistry. Like, we were complaining a little bit, some fans, about wanting Tekla to win at the pay-per-view, but I think like the chemistry that we instantly saw with that promo last week with them and just how they work in the ring, I'm like, well, Mercedes and Willow are gonna fucking destroy it at the show. So like, I'm super excited about that.
Yeah, the heel versus face dynamic you have with them has been great so far. Yeah, everybody was posting that picture, well, the video afterwards of Jamie Hayter dancing up the ramp.
She's so funny.
Yeah, very funny stuff. Yeah, big fan of Brawling Birds. I definitely think that they should win it all in. That should be their big moment.
Absolutely.
I think it kind of sucks that Divine Dominion hasn't had like a big main pay-per-view card showing yet, and if they do end up on a main card, they're gonna lose.
Man,
that's
unfortunate.
That's unfortunate. That's a minor gripe, but I do think that that should be the match, and that should be the big moment for them at All In.
And seeing the work they did at this match, though, that match is gonna bang. If they're given a good amount of time, these ladies are gonna be on 10. Like, that's gonna be fire.
Yeah, I think Divine Dominion has been great on all of the pre-shows, and that's the main reason why I've been like put them on the main card, because they've been the best match on the pre-show for most of these pay-per-views.
Yep, and like they have the championships. Like, don't you want to add some prestige to it? Put it on the damn show.
Yeah, but yeah, looking forward to that matchup for sure. Kyle Fletcher versus Speedball. We've seen how these guys given up it in their other two matches, and this was no different. Absolute banger. The way that Kyle Fletcher looks like he's really trying to hurt people in there. I can't be convinced that he's not actually trying to kill his opponent.
Like trying? I'm like, what do you mean?
the way that he threw Speedball into the barricade, it looked like very painful. I mean, it looked like Speedball hit this thing neck first. I was like, oh my God, I hope he's okay.
The sound that thing made, dog. Like, I'm still like, what? Kyle Fletcher was trying to kill this man. Like, yeah, if you see one spot from this match, you guys, Kyle Fletcher darting Speedball into the barricade, insane.
Yeah, looked absolutely vicious. Speedball had a great showing here as well. I don't care how many times I see this guy do it. That sheer drop brainbuster on a turnbuckle, it terrifies me every time. I'm like, oh, I think you got him. It's okay. I think it's over. I think you got him.
I thought it was going to be like a super finisher, like, you know, you built up. We've been building towards this move for some months. He hits it once, and then we don't see it again for 6 months. Like, it's one of those it's like the Burning Hammer. No, this fool's busting it out every Wednesday, and he's killing fools, dog. It's crazy. Like, the one on Mike, he like held Speedball up. Like, I just can't. This is on shaky ropes. Like, this shouldn't be a thing. And he brain bustering guys on the top rope. Amazing match again. Kyle Fletcher is probably the TV wrestler of the year. Hardcore into the wrestler of the year talk. Like, he hasn't had a bad one, and I don't know if he will at this point.
We're getting to that point where we're at with Oba and some of the other young guys, where it just feels like it might be eventually time to put the world title on this guy. He's
ready.
I think this year he's got so many of these kind of matches, and he's ready. It feels like he's ready. He's got the presentation. He's got the look. He can talk. Like, he's one of the best wrestlers.
He's a pro wrestler. This is a fucking pro wrestler.
Yeah, he's one of the best wrestlers on this roster for sure.
Incredible. And like Phil said, we don't know if he's killing guys, yes or no, but it looks like it. Every time he does that running corner kick, I'm like,
bro, he's definitely going out there trying to kill somebody. Speedball got a few stiff ones in to kick this guy square in the face at one point. I was like, oh, I think I saw his soul leave his body.
There are definitely some CVS receipts in here. They're long.
Absolutely. But yeah, man, great match. Great to see Speedball back in the mix in singles matches. His run with Kevin Knight was fun. I do think that they kind of cut the tag team off a little too quickly, but
They did.
man, getting to see him in these matches as a singles wrestler again, can't beat it.
Speedball's building a nice little singles resume over here. I always harken back to the Okada match, and he has a couple of these singles ones that are like, this is fire. This is exactly why you bring Speedball in. Like, this is Wednesday night wrestling, you guys. It's insane.
Yeah. We got the trios match as well with Mystico, Jericho, and Darby Allin versus the Don Callis family. Okada's reactions to the entrances was one of the funniest moments of the night. The disgust on his face when Mystico was during his entrance. He was just like, get this over with, bro. Like,
he's covering his ears. Okada, one of the best of all time. And then he in the ring, we see him so rarely. I forget every time that like he's Okada and one of the greatest wrestlers of all time, and he's just like a member of the Don Callis family.
Yeah, the way that he came out after the Fletcher match and they did that brief stare down, I have to assume that might be our all-in match.
Yeah, fuck, that's gonna be crazy. Yeah. I think so. Because what else would it be? What else would they be building towards? Okada keeps throwing in little hints. He's like, yeah, the championship is going to stay in the Don Callis family.
Yeah. I have to assume it's going to be a one-on-one match. Maybe they add Takeshita in the mix too, which I'll get into it with G1 Talk. Boy, Takeshita, man. Incredible, bro. Just incredible wrestler, bro.
Mm-hmm. Another one of the best wrestlers in the world. That's crazy. They got like 10 of them.
Yeah. But yeah, this was fun trios match. We'll never get tired of seeing the reaction to Mystico in Mexico. They absolutely love this man. I chuckled to myself when it was happening, and Jericho comes out, and I was like, of course he would be on the team with Mystico. Of course.
As soon as this music hits, I was thinking, what is he doing here?
Of course.
And he came out after him too. Kills me. Yeah.
Big Star.
Then it'll be me.
Big Star. What do you mean?
Gotta respect it.
Yeah, Hechicero as well. Got a great reaction. Again, never change Kevin Knight's music again. When he came out to his old music, I was like, yes. I was standing up clapping like, don't change it again, please.
Yeah. Whose bad idea was it to change it in the first place? That was crazy. This one just hits so much harder, makes his character work, everything. Yeah, this is a great match. Seeing Mystico in Mexico does not get old. Like this guy's a god out there.
Yeah. This was a lot of fun. I really liked Persephone versus Statlander until like the last 2 minutes or so, and I was looking around like, hey, what's going on? Why is it what's a little overbooked by the end?
I kept being like, wait, what's she doing? Wait, what? Why? Let's take Thunder Rosa's in the mix, and like Phil said, the first 3/4 of the match are great. It's Persephone and Stat. They're doing like a mirror match type thing. They're trading these suplexes. They both look great. They're both strong. Match is going fine. Then Persephone's like, oh, forget about this match. I want to fight Thunder Rosa for some reason. She's on the front row. I'm like, wait, why is she beefing with Thunder Rosa? Like, what part of the match is this?
Yeah, and then Sheeta comes rolling under the rope, and she's in the mix for some reason. Then at the end of the match, when Persephone is getting her shit off, walking up the ramp, this is my arena, this is my company, all of this, and then you get Maya and Hyen running past her, and she looked almost confused, like, "Oh, y'all are here. Anyway, this is my arena." I was like, "Wait, what?"
Persephone was just as confused as us. Oh yeah, cool, run in there. Yeah, okay, let me finish what I was doing. But yeah, Persephone and Stat looked great. I loved it. It was amazing until the overbooked finish. That was an overbooked finish.
It was a lot going on. It felt like we gotta build up to the tag match that's coming up, and then we gotta set up for, I assume, what's going to be the TBS title match at All In. Mm-hmm. And Yeah, it just was a lot they were trying to cram into that last few minutes or so of this match, and I don't think that it all needed to be there.
But yeah, if the match is Persephone, Sheeta, Maya, and Stat like for the championship, that's dope.
Yeah, we got a mariachi band coming out later to play out Hangman Adam Page and Brody King and Bandito. They all came out with the big sombreros. Hangman's title card under him with the I don't know. I feel a little uncomfortable. I don't know if this is problematic for me to wear sombrero.
Bit.
He's still getting his bits off with that with the Chirons. Still funny. Taking on the Demand, Ricochet, Bishop Khan, Toa Leona. I continue to say every time we see a trios match with these guys in it, not only that trios matches can be so much fun, but the Gates of Agony are so underrated, man. Like Bishop Khan is so awesome. Like he looks like $1,000,000. He throws people around, and then Toa Leona is like, I mean, he does all of the Samoan stuff, like the I have a hard head and everything. But another guy that just throws people around, and it's incredibly fun to watch.
Toa lifted all three guys on the other side on his shoulders at one point, and it's like, this guy's insane. Like, what do you mean?
Bro, they are so underrated, man. They're such a great tag team.
Yes.
And I think that they've really put it together with Ricochet as their leader in the Demand, which is why I thought they were going to win this match. They just won the trios belt, and I thought, yeah, you've got a long run for these guys. They could do a lot with these belts. They'll be a fun trio to build around. Apparently not, because Hangman and Brodito beat them here. And this was a great match.
Of course.
I really liked the match. But the outcome, I was just like, but why? Why are you hot potatoing the trios belts? You just put the belts on them. I don't know. At least do something with them.
When the Demand beat the conglomeration, that match was hot. And then immediately after they followed up with the Demand and the Rascals, I was like, yes.
Yeah.
Finally, what these trios belts are, they're doing it. It's just give these belts to three guys that are going to have crazy ass PWG style 6-mans every week or every time they presented, and it'll be fine. The Demand started doing it, and I was like, oh, this is going to be dope. Ricochet gets a good spot. Like you said, the Gates of Agony are incredible, and they need to be showcased more, so we'll get to see them. Great. Then last week, Hangman starts talking to Brodito. I'm like, why is he talking to them? Like, I know they have a connection. Like, this is cool, but like, don't talk to them. For what? What are you doing?
Don't talk to them.
And he's like, I have an idea. And I'm like, don't have an idea because I don't like your idea already. Let's challenge for the trios belts. Why? Phil, what the fuck is Hangman Adam Page doing over here? Why is he here? Is he not a top guy? Is he not? Did he not just win the world title last year? Does he not get massive pops bigger than more the 2/3 of the roster? He gets bigger pops. Why is he over here with this division that 90% of the people that are watching this show that love AEW don't give a fuck about? I like AEW, and I barely like the division because they don't give a fuck about it. So why should I give a fuck about it? What's he doing here?
I really like trios wrestling, and when they do showcase it, it's great.
Yes.
And Hangman, as we know, he's an accomplished trios wrestler. This is his second trios title win now. And, you know, based on his time in Bullet Club and the Elite, he's good at these style of matches. This goes all the way back to what we were saying before with the stipulation. Sorry, it's his third. Sorry. I forgot he was trios champion twice.
Yeah, 2 times again, they couldn't figure out what to do with them. Yeah, that's right.
I forgot he won with the Elite. But yeah, so this is third. Sorry. But this goes back to us talking about the stipulation earlier in the year, and I still don't understand why you would take a guy that's as big of a star for this company as he is, that's as popular with your fan base, and take him out of the world title picture intentionally. I just don't know. I still don't get why you would do it, and I still think his return has been strange.
This made it even more strange.
At least he's on Dynamite now. At least he's doing something. I did not think he would just go straight back to like, hey, well, let's just have fun. I can't challenge for the world title, so here, I'll do this side quest and be in the trios division.
That doesn't look crazy to anybody.
I'm willing.
You don't give a fuck about the world championship anymore. That doesn't get. That's not crazy.
Well, he can't. He's telling you he's going to stick by his word, and he's not going to challenge for the world title. I don't like it personally, but I'm willing to see where this goes with the trio stuff because, again, I wish that the Demand had a better reign, but as a lot of people on the internet have pointed out, all three of these guys on this team have something in common. Do they not?
They do.
They all have recently feuded with Swerve Strickland.
Two of these guys this year, Swerve has been beefing with. He beefed with Brody and Bandito this year.
Yes. So I have to assume that's going to turn into something. We don't know what Swerve is doing yet. Swerve has not been back on TV. Could be leading to something. So I will see how this plays out. Swerve needs a team. There are 2 free agents out there.
He does need some friends. He needs some friends. And he doesn't really got too many friends in AEW currently.
Yeah. And I mean, even if I keep saying, just put Swerve back with AR Fox, man. Hey, what are we doing, dog?
But again, this is a Hangman Adam Page problem, and like that's a good Band-Aid. But I'm going to think the same thing if Swerve's over here. You got 2 fucking bona fide top stars that the fans love. What the fuck are they doing over here? Top stars don't grow on trees, dog. People fight for years to become top stars. People claw and gig and screw over their best friends and lose their wives and don't go to their kids' fucking games to become top stars. And companies invest millions of dollars to create top stars. You got it. What is he doing over here? We need more stars over here. We need challengers over here. Why is he over here? That's pretty much what it is. And I'm going to think the same thing. If could be great, Swerve can end up over here. They're having these great matches, but Swerve the same. Why is he over here? He's a big star. He should be over here. Now, if we're trying to help this division, we're trying to make it something. If a year and this shit's going insane, these trios division, we've had some of the matches, the best match we've ever seen, I'll walk it all back. But right now, it looks crazy.
I get it. Because like I said, I still don't understand the Hangman story at all.
What are you doing over here?
I feel like the Hangman stuff is really an unforced error. But if you're just doing some side quests with him and you're doing a trios match, and I hope they have something else planned for the Demand, because if they just lose here, because I thought that this was the other part about it was, I thought that this was going to be the way for the Demand to get on the Wembley card. And if they're not in the mix at Wembley, I don't know how they get there. Maybe they're going to get a rematch against this team. Maybe I'm misjudging it. Maybe Swerve's not going to be in the mix at all. Maybe we're just going to get a rematch between the Demand and the Good, the Bad, and Ugly. But I don't know that you needed to take the belts off them to do that.
This show made me laugh too, because earlier in the night, I was like, who doesn't take side quests? Who doesn't come back and say, I'm going to challenge for this other fucking belt? Who comes back and says, I'm going to get my fucking belt back? Who comes back with the fucking belt and would never let them send him to the fucking trios division? MJF. I said on the watch along, if they told MJF he had to be a trios champion, he would quit this fucking company. He'd be so. If they said, hey, challenge for the TNT championship, Max would quit. He's a fucking world title contender, and he's going to forever be. He's not going to be some fucking other. Oh, I like these guys. Let me hang out with him. No, he's a fucking world champion, and he came back and said, I'm going to win the world championship again, like a top fucking guy should. Oh, I'm getting off sorts again. This is crazy.
Well, I mean, that's the difference. Like, you see, like,
Max don't do that shit. Max is like, I'm a top guy, dog, and I'm forever going to be that.
Yeah, but you see that with like somebody like Brock, for example. Brock ain't about to go play around in the tag division.
No.
Roman comes back to after he's gone for a while. He's like, "Hey, cool, I want to be a world champion."
Yes, that's all I'm saying. That's what I'm yelling about.
And there's a bunch. Yeah, you're absolutely right. And again, that's why I'm not the biggest fan of the Hangman storyline, because it's like when you've got somebody that is that popular with your fan base, why on earth would you do this with him? I just don't get it. And we've talked before about how strange this year has been for Swerve. I don't really get it. The fact that we're like close to 3 weeks away from All In and he's still not back on TV. We don't know what he's doing at All In. It's very weird.
Crazy.
And again, this is one of your big stars. Like, I don't really get that. I hope that gets moved out in the next few weeks. I think it's got to be a good sign that they're doing something with Hangman here, and he is teaming up with two other guys that he's also feuded with. So hopefully that turns into something. But again, I hope that the man lands on this card as well, because
Absolutely.
I came away from this match really enjoying them as a trio and thinking again, Gates of Agony are fantastic as a duo, even if you're not going to keep them as a trio moving forward. Get these guys in the tag division, get them in the mix with some of these like other big tag teams, because they're so good.
Yeah, the Gates of Agony are incredible. They need to be a part of the tag division. They need to be a part of something moving forward. Ricochet is so good. He might be the best he's ever been, and I think he could still get better. I don't even understand it. Like I don't even get him as a wrestler. He's so fucking good, because I still feel like he's like, I'm at like 60%. Like, I don't even know if he still be going as full as he should. That's how great of a wrestler he is. He's insane.
Yeah.
I'm done yelling about Hangman Adam Page. I'm sorry, you guys.
I mean, well,
get it.
He's going to be on the Wembley card. For a few weeks ago, we didn't know where he's going to land on this card. I have to assume if there's a trios match, he'll be on the card. I'm with you, though. Once you are like the level of star that he is, and you're a top star caliber wrestler, they should be protecting him differently, and they're not. And I don't understand. And I don't understand why they're not. Mm-hmm. But again, I don't want to continue to go back into my gripes about. I don't understand why you would do that stipulation with him. I just still don't get it. And I've made that point multiple times, so I don't want to continue to linger on that point. I just don't get why you would continue to do that.
But yeah, I'm sure it'll be great. Wembley, I would love to see all these guys. Bandito being in Wembley is going to be incredible, bro. Like all of this, what it could potentially lead to, where we're kind of hinting at, if that could be a thing. Like,
yeah,
I'm gonna look like a hypocrite. I'm gonna be doing a backflip.
I was kind of surprised we didn't get anything from Kenny this week after such a hot segment last week.
Yes,
to not have Kenny on this show and to not play up any of the Kenny Ospreay stuff was an interesting decision.
In Mexico, that would have went ham to see Kenny Omega if he was there.
It didn't have a match for him. I don't know what happened there. That's not really a complaint. I just was kind of surprised we didn't see him.
Yeah, not a complaint at all. Like we got some good segments and we know where we're going. It was just like, I thought Kenny would be in Mexico, you know?
Yeah, especially, again, you've got a few weeks to go. You're building this build. Like I said, you had such a great segment with these two guys last week, and you just moved on to the street fight. And that was the main event of this show. Mark Davis has been phenomenal this year, man. I think
incredible.
For a guy that a lot of people kind of wrote off, he had some big injuries, and they were trying to put him in the tag team with Doyle, and it seemed like that was the direction with him. And he's really shown what he has to offer as a singles wrestler. I think a lot of people were so ready to be like, well, he's the Jannetty of this tag team. Fletcher has kind of moved on. And Davis he's been great. I thought he was great in this match. He's had a bunch of great TV matches like this year. Ospreay deciding in the build to possibly the biggest match of his career, he's just going to have this super dangerous street fight. Funny choice.
What's this guy thinking? I love that, like, they're like, put Kenny in a bubble. Like, we got to make sure he's safe on the way up to All In. Make sure he's good. He doesn't even have to travel. Ospreay's like, where's the barbed wire at? Like, let's tear each other's backs apart. dump each other on our heads on the outside and stuff. I was like, this is a dangerous ass match considering you got the biggest match of your life coming up in 3 weeks. But yeah, Mark Davis feels like an old school. They say this about a lot of people. Old school wrestler, like in the best ways. Like when I used to turn on wrestling in fucking 1993, I'd see a guy like Mark Davis that's in there just wrecking fools. And like, there's not enough guys that are just hairy that just want to fucking fight, and that's Mark Davis. And also, he has the new style of like, he also goes 1,000 miles per hour when needed, and he also is trying to knock off your head, and he also has one of the best looking pile drivers in all of pro wrestling, like just like a complete pro wrestler. But this again felt like, I think we forget about Ospreay, Phil, because like watching the Kyle Fletcher match, I was almost like, what if we just crown Kyle Fletcher? Like, what would happen? And it's like we almost gloss over Ospreay, and then you remember in moments like this when the crowd reacts to his entrance and he comes down, and he's one of the best fight from behind baby faces in all of pro wrestling, because like the performance he had in this main event was like, oh, this is why you're going to be the top guy around here, because you're just fucking complete.
Yeah. I thought this was a great main event. Another 2.5 hour episode of Dynamite.
Long one.
Yeah, for the discourse around people, and this is too long. The matches are too long. They gave a lot of people ammo to their claims.
They said, oh, are they? What about this? I'm not mad about it. I mean, big moment when it's big like this, like when they have an overrun in fucking Nebraska, then I'm like, what are you guys doing? But like, you're in Mexico, this is one show a year, like of course you're gonna go over.
Yeah, and Redman, it was really close to 3 hours, 50 minutes with the overrun. Very long episode of Dynamite, but this was really great. This showcased what AEW does very well with wrestling, but then also like why it's an alternative. Like you can see what WWE does in Mexico with AAA. You can see what other companies are doing, but this is like a top 2 promotion being able to go to Mexico and put on this kind of show. Like it'll never get old.
Right, and it's authentically Mexican with the crowd and who's in it, and they're not trying to change those things. Like, felt like we were watching a Friday Night Arena Mexico show with great luchadors and great stories and the best AEW guys. Like this was every time they're in Arena Mexico is special. I just love those moments.
The Kenny and Ospreay stuff should be interesting next week. Again, I hope we've got something lined up, because very interesting choice to not
just
have
coming up. G, like we're 3 weeks out, and like not a bit biggest show of the year.
Yeah, right around the corner. 3 weeks from now, we will be in Wembley Stadium. Send us in your super chats. That is the best way to get your chats read on this podcast. You can also send us a Humper Chat at humperchats.com/Fightful.
Yes, sir. Van Twinblay says, Phil, look up Onion Infowars multi-horse theory. It's so freaking dumb. It's 10 out of 10 comedy.
I don't know what that is, but it sounds crazy.
Onion Infowars multi-horse theory. It's a mouthful.
It's a lot.
Your boy KJ says, happy Graps Day, fellas. Hope all is well. The NFL season is finally back. AEW All In around the corner. What a time to be a sports/wrestling fan for real. Yeah, summer sports are kicking into high gear here, Philip Lindsay. You pulling up to any games this year?
Probably not, but bear season is around the corner. I am tempering my expectations. My dad is being funny as usual, because big time homer. He's like, "Yep, we're winning 13 games." I was like, 13 games, huh? It's a lot of games.
Listen, it was a fun ride last season.
Yeah. These things usually come back around on us, though, so I don't want to get my expectations too high. They should be a fun team to watch. The schedule's going to be a lot tougher. Hopefully we don't get bit by the injury bug, because that tends to happen at this point too. Once we're riding high, worst possible time to get injured. But
Van also says, my petty of the week is always Donald. I'm the president. I could just take these paintings from the State Department. Trump, where is the Reaper?
Can't say you're wrong.
Still doing things every week that I'm like, you can do that? I don't. I'm like, wait, you can out loud, you can do that? And then all your friends can say, we did this. And they're just like, yeah, that's chill. It's crazy out here.
That video of him sitting front row at that funeral, just knocked out sleep, is just crazy. Like, you're the president of the United States. You're just front row at this funeral, just knocked out to sleep. Just leaned over sleep. What? And
they're just like, yeah, everything's fine. War. 8-Ball Marcusili says, I have a feeling all these clean Roman wins are a setup for interference tainted win versus Oba at WrestleMania. Let me be wrong.
Oh, God, I hope not. I hope they don't try to hold that match out that long either.
Because, like, how do you reintroduce it that long? Do you have Oba make the proclamation now, I'm going to fight at WrestleMania? Or, like, how do you bring it back up?
Yeah. I don't know how they're going to figure that out, but we'll see. That is one of my favorite stand-ups, that Donald Glover stand-up that this is from, the Donald Glover voice. You can do that, not burst into flames. You know the stand-up I'm talking about, right?
Yeah. Weirdo, right?
Yeah. The kid is like, that's why your mom's in a fucking wheelchair.
When Don was doing stand-up. Yeah, good time.
He definitely could not do stand-up today. There are a lot of jokes in that stand-up that they would get him out of here for. You cannot say that no more.
Can't say that. Definitely can't say that.
But yeah, there are several quotables from that. Kicks the hand job of cereals.
I think a cracker dick too often. Like, that's a really bad one.
Yeah, bro, again, several things from that.
Can't say that.
You cannot do that anymore. When he's talking about racism, he's like, so there's something about racism that's funny when it's tiny.
When it's tiny. Oh, man.
Yeah, what a funny guy. But yeah. I think he should do another stand-up, but well, we probably won't get that. Not in these times.
You can't. It'd be way different than that one, that's for sure. Then the other Mikey V says, Reg is right, but Bandito won a belt, so I don't care. You mean Bandito, the ROH world champion, Mikey V?
Listen, we wanted Bandito to get a win.
I guess. Sure.
I want him to get a win on a pay-per-view, not to keep losing on pay-per-views, but it's close to what we asked for.
It'll be fine. The matches will be heat, and I'll forget about it.
Here we go. The match will be good.
We're dead. We're so dead.
Listen, man, the matches will be good. That's the problem.
We are so dead.
That is all of our super chats for now. Appreciate you guys as always.
Yes, thank you guys.
Before we ride off into the sunset, I do want to get into my G1 Climax updates. Again, it has been a really, really great tournament. I laughed up a storm this week at one of the funniest human beings on the internet at the moment, Dave Meltzer.
Absolutely.
Telling you guys that he did not review this match yet because he's got all these G1 matches to review, and he gave the main event to one of these shows a 5-star, and he's like, yeah, but do you have time to watch this match though?
Meltzer was like, I'm busy. That time when he was like, I got a barbecue to go to, like, I can't review it.
Bro,
It's still going on, Phil. People are still talking about it, man.
He's never gonna review this match at this point, bro.
It's over. It's been so long. He don't remember what that match is.
Yeah.
And he was there live. That's the best part, G. Oh my God. It makes me cry. He was there. Oh.
Yeah. Night 11 of the G1 Climax. We got some B block matches, starting with Aaron Wolf versus Drilla Maloney. I've been singing this guy's praises all year. He was fantastic. He took on Aaron Wolf. Really great match. Again, one of the highlights of this tournament is getting to see Aaron Wolf mix it up with so many different opponents. And he's been really great, man. The audience is really taken to him. His style really works in New Japan. It's funny to think about it. I guess it's kind of Enochiism done the right way.
Yeah. Listen, sometimes they're not all egregious. Sometimes they really work.
No. And so far, so good. He's been a great addition to this company. It's been really fun to watch him mature in this tournament. But yeah, he picked up the win here. He hit that big rolling lariat he does, an angle slam to win. We got Zack Sabre Jr. versus Oscar up next. Zack Sabre Jr. was in a bit of trouble coming into this match because he was on a losing streak. He needed a big win. Oscar put up a tremendous fight throughout this match, but Zack wrapped him up and forced him to tap out by the end. I've been really impressed with both Oscar and Yuto Ice throughout this tournament. Oscar's presentation has really improved, and then in these kind of matches, he's really shown you gotta give it up. You can't just expect to go in there and he's just gonna lay down.
Yeah, no, it's like a real fight. It's not being able to get to your tag partner. It really shows like, do you have what it takes as a singles guy, or do you need your tag partner?
Yeah, but yeah, really good match. Much needed win for Zack Sabre Jr. He was on the cusp of elimination, so big win for him here. Got Ren Narita versus Yuya Uemura as well on this card. I was kind of surprised because Yuya's the guy I'm picking to win this tournament. He lost this match, guys. Ren Narita picked up the win in the end. He forced Yuya Uemura to tap out. But I did think it was a good match. It had some of the usual House of Torture shenanigans in it, but it wasn't as egregious. I thought for the most part this was a strong match. Ren, again, is one of this generation's Three Musketeers. He's had a lot of expectations thrown on him. And sometimes I'm just like, yeah, listen, just go back to being like the Shibata mentee. I was a much bigger fan of that version of him. But I thought that this was a strong match, man. I liked it for what it was.
So you want him to go back to the Enochiism shit too, huh? He's like, nah, this House of Torture over here.
The main event that I hinted at that Meltzer put over big time, Gabe Kidd versus Hanare, gave a 5-star. And, based on the timing and the reason he brought it up was very funny. But this was an excellent match. These guys were going back and forth, hitting each other with big, hard lariats. Gabe Kidd is still doing his fuck New Japan bit. The Hanare, being a Polynesian wrestler with a hard head played into it, Gabe Kidd is slamming him head first into a table in this match, and it looks absolutely nuts. But again, Hanare is a guy, he's got like such a distinct look and such a distinct style to him. I think it works. This was really, really good. I hope people don't think that Dave was just putting on like, man, y'all not watching this New Japan match. This was a very, very good match, to his credit.
Forget about that match. Watch this one.
Yeah, this was a very, very good match. Gabe ended up hitting Hanare with 2 pile drivers to pick up the win. Big win for Gabe. Much needed win for Gabe to move up into the top of the B block.
5-star match too, man. That means something, even though people try to act like it don't.
Big fiver, man.
Mm-hmm. So funny. Especially I was thinking about it like after the way that you and I saw other people talking about his main event with Zack Sabre. I'm like, good for Gabe to bounce back. And that's what's great about G1 is it's like, even if you have one that people don't love, like your next one could be fucking 5 stars.
Yeah, this was definitely a bounce match for him. And this was a great matchup for him. This was kind of the matchup that Gabe excels at, where he can go in there and, wrestle kind of like the brawler style, but also like, the New Japan hard hitting strong style with the knees and forearms and lariats. Yeah, very, very good match. Night 12 has like probably 2 of my favorite matches of this tournament so far. Okay. Really good show. We've got Yuto Ice versus Sonata. The story here is Yuto Ice famously said that one of the first matches he watched had Sonata in it. And so Sonata comes out with his outfit on with like the sparkly orange and the big sombrero. And he takes it off to reveal that he's wearing the same gears that he had on in that match that Yuto Ice wore. And Yuto Ice is like basically popping for it at the beginning of the match, which is really funny. And Yuto Ice kind of took Sonata to his limit here. So much so that we got some shenanigans. House of Torture shenanigans here. That dastardly Kanemaru came in, slid the guitar in for Sonata to help him. He smashed Yuto Ice over the head with it at the end of this match, and then he got rid of the debris and laid next to him like they were both laid out. And then he just jumps up like he's fine, and Yuto Ice ends up losing by referee stoppage because he didn't get up in time to beat the count.
Mm-hmm. That's what's up.
Yeah, but this was fun. This was fun for what it was. Then we had Jake Lee versus Great O'Khan. Great O'Khan, coming into this match, needed to win this match because he was going to be mathematically eliminated if he loses. Jake Lee used that to his advantage because he grabs a chair at one point when the referee's not looking, slams it on the ground, and makes it look like he got hit by the chair. He lays out. Referee sees it. Disqualifies Great O'Khan. Great O'Khan is officially eliminated, guys, by trickery from
what a
Jake
finish.
Lee.
Trickery. Jake Lee, one of Jake Lee's bits finally paid off, huh?
Yeah, I was watching this that morning. I was like, that's how Great O'Khan loses. That's how he's out of this tournament. This match was not very long at all. And this was a weird outing in the G1 for Great O'Khan. He's had much better showings in this tournament. This was not one of them. This was very much played up as a joke. And Great O'Khan was furious after this. As you guys know, these two guys are in the same faction. So this was very funny because it was like, wait, you can't jump him. That's your man's.
That's your boy.
You can't jump on him. That's what he does. You know how he gets down.
Yep. You should have known that coming into this match. Being tricked like that. Not Great O'Khan.
Yeah, but he got fell for trickery. Great O'Khan is officially out of contention. Jake Lee is moving on. Hiroki Goto versus Ryohei Oiwa was up next. For the entirety of this match, Oiwa focused on the side headlock, and he did several iterations of it. He got into it in several inventive ways. It was really cool to see how many ways he could figure out how to get into it, and you could see that kind of feeling like a gimmick in this match, but it didn't. I thought it led to a great back and forth between him and Goto throughout. Oiwa's had like a really impressive run in this tournament. The guys he's been in there with, he's really rose to the occasion, and he did the same here with Goto. Picked up a strong win over a former world champion. So great for him. Youth movement is in effect. Good to see him get that. But guys, the semi-main event, Konosuke Takeshita versus Shingo Takagi was incredible. These guys trading moves, trying to one up each other and do each other's moves. This was very, very good. At every turn, like all of the false finishes, every time I thought this match was over, it just kept going all the way to the point. At one point, I was like, wait, this isn't the main event. This is the semi-main event. This was, man, so good. Like I willing to say like one of the best matches of this tournament. Shingo's had like a really great resurgence throughout this tournament, but Takeshita's Takeshita. He's of course leading the pack with among the most points on his side of the tournament. But yeah, just the attempts to one up each other. At one point, Shingo does the Raging Fire, which commented here, he called it the Raging Dragon. Takeshita pulls off some of Shingo's moves a few times here, like just like the exchanges, like I said, the near falls. Like I don't care how many times I've seen this guy do a Blue Thunder Bomb, it just looks incredible every time. Like everything that Shingo had to give to this guy to get him to not keep fighting in this match. Like this is like what you expect out of a big New Japan G1 match. Fighting spirit, very heavy strikes, big moves, big moments. It was absolutely beautiful. I think the finish was Shingo hits the big pumping bomber, and then he finally puts Takeshita down with the Last of the Dragon. Great win for Shingo. Over a guy that at this point had 10 points. I believe he was leading the A block at this point. Leading the A block at this point. And I was like, man, how do you get better than that? I don't know how that wasn't the main event. And then when I saw the next match, I knew how it wasn't, because Yota Tsuji versus Bolin Oleg was phenomenal, guys. I mean, guys, Bolin Oleg is tremendous, like one of the best big men wrestlers in the world right now. And I've been saying throughout this tournament that Tsuji has done a great job of getting everybody to elevate up to his level. And this was even more of that, where at every turn he's trying to push this guy Oleg to the limit. Oleg, up to this point, hasn't had a match in this tournament go over 20 minutes. And so you would think, okay, all Tsuji has to do is tire him out. Just get this match up to 20 minutes, and we're going to see how he fares. And turns out he did pretty well. Tsuji is trying to work his midsection throughout the match to set him up for the Gene Blaster or the Fire Blaster. But every single big move that Tsuji had in his arsenal, Oleg was ready for it. He does the curb stomp. At one point, he tries to curb stomp Oleg, and he just stiffens his neck up and just withstands it and gets up like it's nothing. He attempted to hit him with the Gene Blaster, I think mid-ring at one point, and Oleg catches him midway, flips him up, and hits him with a power bomb. Incredibly smooth. At one point, he tried to hit him with a Gene Blaster out of the corner, and Oleg just turns around and just hulks up and yells at him, and he stops mid-tracks. Like, it just, like, I mean, I can't do this any justice. Oleg was really fantastic in this match. Tsuji was kicking out of all of his big offense, like all of his power moves, and hanging with him the entire match. But Bolin Oleg with the distance guide, and he pinned the IWGP World Champion here. Hit him with the verdict at the end of the night. Really, really good match. Show of respect afterwards. Oleg put over after the match that that's his goal, is to reach the spot that Tsuji is at. That's which of course should be everybody's goal, to beat the world champion and to be at the top of this company.
Right.
And to see a young guy like Oleg and somebody that's fairly new really put on this kind of performance with Tsuji, it was really special. And like I said, Suji is just, man, he continues to dig in his bag and find new things to do. At one point, he did an airplane spin in this match, and Bo No Leg is a big guy. The fact that he got him up and did it, that looked great. All of the inventive ways that he tried to work the midsection to set up his finishers, that worked. He pulled out like some of his mat games, some submission holds to try to slow Oleg down. Wasn't enough. Big guy picked up a huge win. He did like this double power bomb at one point that also looked crazy. Just, yeah, if you don't watch any matches from this night, I believe this is night 12. Yeah, right, night 12. The last two matches were incredible.
And sounds like what G1 is all about. The youth movement, again, just makes me so happy that like these are the main events, the future of this company, and they're incredible matches, incredible performance.
Yeah, man. Can't say enough great things about it. This morning's matchups from night 13. I did stay up like a sicko and watch everything this morning. Zack Sabre Jr. versus Drilla Maloney. This is a big rematch from their last match. I believe was last year or earlier this year. I'm forgetting when it was, but this was a good one as well. Again, Zack Sabre is fighting against the odds to remain in this tournament. At one point, he only had 2 points. Going into the match with Oscar, he only had 2 points. He picked up 2 in that one, and then also in this match, picked up a pretty strong win over Drilla Maloney. He had to give Drill all he had in this match to land with 6 points. He still is towards the bottom of the tournament, but he is still in a fight.
Yeah, shout out to Drilla. He's getting better with this tournament.
Yeah, he's been really great in this tournament. Yuya Uemura took on Hinare as well. Pretty great match. Really heavy strikes, big lariats. What you'd expect from like this version. Yuya Uemura has been saying he wants to revolutionize strong style and be the guy of this generation to really change the way people see that style of wrestling. And so to see how he's giving it up with the big strikes, the big high fly flow and everything he does now, really great stuff. He ended up picking up the win to pick up 2 more points. And what else was on the show? Ren Narita versus Aaron Wolf. Cannot say I was excited to see this match again after Aaron Wolf has been stuck in the House of Torture vortex for a good part of this year. This was fine. I think this was one of their better matches together. Definitely was better than one of the matches earlier this year that I wasn't the biggest fan of. Well, it was the one where he lost the title. I was like, oh, God. And it could have just been the shock of why would they take the belt off of Aaron Wolf this soon? And now every time I think about that match, it's just like it's such a weird booking decision. Why would they do that?
Especially seeing where he landed and how it is. It's like that. It makes even less sense now knowing how good he is.
Yeah. But we did get more House of Torture shenanigans in this match. Ren Narita ended up picking up the win again. Excuse me. He ended up using the cross knee to force Aaron Wolf to tap out. And then the main event was Callum Newman versus Oscar. I thought this was, again, a great showing from Oscar, showing that, you know, he's not just like the tall guy in the tag team with Yuto Ice. He does have a lot to offer himself. He does come in with like his power game, and man, he can take a ton of punishment. That is definitely something I've learned from this tournament. You got to give it up to beat him. And Callum Newman absolutely put him through his paces, but he ended up picking up the win. I believe he cheated as well. Ended up with a low blow to get the pin and the win. But, yeah, again, so far, great tournament so far. Believe night 14 is today. Is tomorrow? I have to double check. Sometimes I look up and I'm like, oh, they're G1 matches.
Yeah.
And like I'll be like half asleep or ready to like be like, oh no, I have to actually stay up or decide if I want to get up in the morning and watch them.
Mm-hmm.
I think night 14 is tomorrow. Why isn't it on here? Oh, here it is. Yeah, it's it's August 9th, so it's in the morning. We got Oyowa in a must-win. Sorry, we got Oyowa in a must-win match versus Jake Lee.
Mm-hmm.
Jake Lee needs to win this one, or I believe he's officially out of contention. The same thing is for Sonata. Sonata will be officially out of contention after his match against Konosuke Takeshita. Great Khan, who's already mathematically eliminated, will be taking on Yota Tsuji. And then the main event will be... Oh, sorry, there's two more matches. Hiroki Goto will be taking on Bolton Oleg, I believe. Mm-hmm. Goto is officially out of contention. And then the main event is Shingo Takagi versus Yuto Ice.
Shingo back with one.
Yeah, but man, what a great tournament so far. I think I have the scoreboard. Let me...
Yeah, in the last couple of years, this is probably the happiest and best I've seen the fans watching New Japan reacting to it, like with the stories and how the wrestlers are being developed. Like this year's feels special.
Yeah, really great, really great tournament so far.
Mm-hmm.
In the A block, after his win over Yota Tsuji, Bolton Oleg is officially tied for first place in A block with Konosuke Takeshita. Both guys have 10 points. Yota Tsuji, Oyowa, and Shingo Takagi are still in the mix with 8 points apiece. And on the B block, Ren Narita, Callum Newman, and Gabe Kidd are all in the top with 10 points apiece. Hinare and Yuya Amura are right behind them with 8. I'm still feeling pretty good about my pick. Yuya Amura to pick to win this tournament. Haven't been wrong yet in the last 2 years, so
yeah.
Feeling pretty good about it, and I think that could be a strong Wrestle Kingdom match if he ends up holding the briefcase all the way to January. Yuya versus Tsuji, that sounds like a great match. But I am like curious to see how all of these last matchups are going to line up. Hopefully we get Oyowa versus Yuya in the semifinals or the finals. I think that would be a strong one. But yeah, it's like so far, Takeshita still looks like a world beater. Still going to be tough to get this guy out.
Takeshita turning into fucking unbeatable monster in the G1 was on all of our bingo card, though, honestly.
Coming out of his win in the New Japan Cup and, you know, his injury right before the G1, dropping the title to Tsuji. Callum Newman's been really impressive in the tournament, too. So I have to assume he's going to make it pretty far. He has 10 points, so safe to assume he's going to make it pretty far. But again, feeling pretty good about my pick.
Somebody from a young person's going to win this tournament, though, regardless.
Absolutely. And I mean, even if somebody young doesn't win, I think it's been such a great showing from all of the young guys in this tournament. You could see that they're really putting in the work to build up this roster again and show that, you know, they still have a great dojo system. They still have some guys that are worth watching in New Japan.
And like big main event stars, Tsuji and fucking Yuya and Shota, even though he's entered, and Takeshita and all these guys are like, we got 20 years of like dominant, great wrestling, you know?
Yeah. Tsuji has been by far the MVP of this tournament. Has not had a single bad match so far. Everybody he gets in there with, he's turned out a great match. Like I said, that Oleg match was really fantastic.
Championship mode, man. Since he's won that championship, and like you said, he's elevating guys. I think is the most important thing. Like, it's like the matches are great. he looks great, but on top of it, whoever he's in the ring with looks even better because they're in there with the champion. They're challenging for this. So like he's just elevating guys, the entire company, like exactly how like a world champion should.
Yeah. I think I got all of our Humber chats. Just want to double check. I don't think we have any more chats.
No more supers. Super.
Yep, that is all of them. Appreciate you guys as always for hanging with us on a Saturday, sending us a super chat or a Humper chat, or just hanging in the chat. We'll be back at our usual time slot next Saturday at noon Eastern on this very YouTube channel. Until then, this has been Grapsody. I'm Phil Lindsay. It's Righteous Reg. We're out of here.